Hello everyone and welcome along to the Sports Corner. We are back once again for another live watch along on the YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you're new as always, don't forget to leave a like and subscription. We are pushing towards 2,000 subscribers on the channel. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the watch along earlier on, Leicester versus Sheffield United. 5-0 win for Leicester City. I don't quite think we're going to get that same result in this game today. But I'm not alone. Just hoping that we don't get a boring game or else it's going to be a long hour and a half for the both of us. But I'm delighted to say joining me for the first time in what feels like ages.
I know.
Kieran, how are we doing?
Hello.
How are we?
I'm all good. I'm excited to see the North London derby. Not going to lie, Josh. I'm here for some goals.
Yeah, that's what we want tonight. I think the problem is with North London derbies in the past is because of recent months, Mourinho's been known to be a little bit defensive-minded. It always brings that certain sense of worry, are we going to get goals? But Arsenal's team, which we'll talk about in a second, missing a key player who's on the bench today in Aubameyang. A pretty weakened backline, I'd probably say, to usual.
I mean, their backline's normally weak as it is, isn't it, really? I mean, the two goals that they've conceded in the last week have been absolutely awful errors from Leno and, of course,
Ceballos
Kieran's love boy Xhaka.
And Xhaka.
And Ceballos, like you said. But, I mean, goals that they didn't really need to concede like that.
No, definitely not. And when you see the team, which we'll go through now very quickly, before the game starts, which is in about 2 or 3 minutes' time, it's a 4-2-3-1 today for Arsenal. Leno is in goal, who is going to probably want to make up for his mistake against Olympiacos, although they did win in their last match. Back four of Tierney, Gabriel, Magalhaes, David Luiz and Cedric, which for me is a fairly weakened backline to, as what you said, Kieran, an already weak backline anyway. Midfield three, Partey, Xhaka, the two holding midfielders, with Martin Odegaard, who scored an absolutely brilliant goal against Olympiacos midweek. He's playing at Cam today. And then the most notable player missing, Aubameyang, as I said, is not playing in the starting lineup because of a disciplinary. Fuck knows what. Lacazette starts up top. Saka on the left. Emile Smith on the right. The real question, I think, on every Arsenal fan's lips even, is why drop Aubameyang for a game of this quality?
Weird, isn't it? Of course, it's Arteta. He's a very strange manager. Disciplinary reasons could be literally anything.
Yeah.
Could be not turning up to training, not training properly. Could be literally anything. We, of course, don't know as of yet. Maybe Arteta will come out in the press conference and say why, but unfortunately for Arsenal fans, dropping their best players not really the best thing to do on a North London derby. But
no, especially as well when he's scored so many goals in the past in North London derbies.
He looks back to form as well. Of course, the last couple of weeks he's been back to goal scoring. We watched the game against Leeds where he scored the hat trick, and then he's been scoring ever since. Of course, scored goals against Benfica, scored a goal against Burnley last week. It's going to be tough for Arsenal to replicate any sort of attacking movement without having Aubameyang, of course, because he's tall and he's fast. But I mean, Saka, fair play to him, he's one of their best players, probably been their best player this season. Looking forward to watching him again. Yeah,
it should be interesting to see how he does. And Lacazette up top as well, another player I think has been questioned a lot in the past for the lack of goals and stuff. He has had spells of confidence this season. Not a bad backup player to have, but do you think he's going to be the player that Arsenal need in a game like this to go on and get the victory?
Lacazette's such a weird player because he's so hit and miss. Like last season, he was just really, really shit. This season, he's been a little bit better. But that's the thing, he can just turn it on in games because you can see the potential's there. Very similar to Anthony Martial in a way. The potential is there for him, and you know when you watch him at Lyon, he was absolutely fantastic. And it kind of clicked at Arsenal in his first few seasons, but he'd come off the boil, and I know he's rumoured to be going to Atletico Madrid in the summer, but I don't think he'll be at Arsenal next season, I'm not going to lie. Yeah,
it looks like probably one of the stories that'll kind of build over the summer of whether he stays or not. Not really been much of a player in the starting lineup over the last few months for Arsenal. Let's take a quick look at the Spurs team as kickoff's just underway in a moment. You can see, if you watch along with us, Aubameyang looking a little bit frustrated on the bench today, not where he'd expect to be. But for Spurs, looks on paper like they're going for it in this game. 4-2-3-1, so matching up Arsenal's formation. It's going to be Hugo Lloris in goal, back four of Sergio Reguilon, Toby Alderweireld, Davinson Sanchez and Matt Doherty, which is a very different back four to what we've seen in yesteryears for Spurs. Defensive midfield two of Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Tanguy Ndombele, who I think have probably been some of Spurs' best players this season. Lucas playing as a central attacking midfielder, which is a position he's played before in the past when he was at Santos and Paris Saint-Germain. Hasn't really played it as such at Spurs recently, but he might have a chance to do so today. And then Heung-min Son on the left, Gareth Bale on the right, Kane up top as we just get underway, Kieran. That to me is one hell of attacking lineup for a game like this.
Fair play, they've gone for it, and I mean, why not? It's the perfect time to play Arsenal. They're in a little bit of a barren spell in the league at the moment. But Tottenham look class at the moment. They look back to the Tottenham that started the season off scoring all them goals. Of course, I don't know if that's due to getting Bale back to full form or due to getting Kane and Son back firing. But they look back to that team that started the league off, that genuinely looked like title contenders.
Yeah, and of course now it's a little bit too late for them to contend for the title. It's more about getting the Champions League spots or at least a European spot
the
now.
thing is, the Champions League race is going to be really interesting because, of course, you've got the likes of West Ham, who play Man United later on. That's going to be a big game.
Yeah, massive match.
You've got the likes of Everton and Aston Villa, and those sort of teams lurking behind. They're probably outsiders for the Champions League spots because it's going to be tough to knock off Leicester and Man United at the moment. And Chelsea are on good form as well. But for those teams behind, it's kind of interesting because you've got West Ham, you've got Tottenham, you've got Aston Villa, you've got Everton. There's a lot of decent teams back there that could kind of just sneak in. Of course, Everton had a poor result yesterday against Burnley.
Yep.
And those are the sort of results that are costing those sort of teams like Aston Villa and Everton. Of course, Aston Villa, the draw with Newcastle. And Arsenal have had a lot of that this year. The points where they could have picked up and they could have kind of been comfortably in that pack. But the points they've dropped have just not been good enough.
No, but a result today could be massive for them to put them back into the shout for maybe a European spot. Ball whipped in from Emil Smith-Rowe, good defender at the back from Davinson Sanchez. But it's a big test for both of these teams in terms of how the table's looking, which we'll talk about your questions and comments in a second. But as we go into this game, Arsenal currently starting 10th place. They would be on 39 points if it stays 0-0.
They're going to be 7 points off 6th place, which is a massive ask already. So they really need to win today.
Absolutely. And same for Spurs, because Spurs, of course, they right now would be on 46 points. They'd go into 6th place right now, ahead of Everton after they dropped points yesterday against, I think it was... Burnley, indeed. So for them, it could put them right in the contention again, not just for the Europa League spots, but also for the Champions League spots, because they'd only be 4 points behind Chelsea in 4th.
Yeah, of course, they could catch points on the teams above them if Man United beat West Ham, which, fingers crossed, they do. Chelsea, of course, dropped points to Leeds yesterday, and Burnley beat Everton, so it could be a decent week for Tottenham. I think that's probably why he's gone so attacking, because he knows this is a chance to get an advantage on those teams above him. But I mean, Arsenal look to have started the better in these two games. But predictions, Josh, you said to me before the game
4-1
that you think
Spurs.
Tottenham are going for it.
Yeah, I look at that team and I don't know whether there's going to be a little bit of an approach here from Spurs today to. As we said before, they looked very tacking at points. I think in the last few weeks they've looked very fun to watch. And I was saying yesterday to Kieran when we watched Bundesliga, it was quite coincidental how there was the video that went round of the Roy Keane Redknapp argument a few weeks ago of how Tottenham are always one of those sides where they never look good enough and they haven't got good enough players. And ever since then they've been on a good run of form. So I feel like maybe today Mourinho changes it up and says, do you know what, let's go out there and really put a mark down on the Premier League, because they need to. Yeah,
they do, because they're in that pack and they're in real contention of maybe not even getting Europe. If they were going to continue that kind of run of form they were on in the middle of the season, there was a real chance they might not even get European football. But I mean, they're in the Europa League. They're definitely one of the favourites to win the Europa League.
That's a lovely ball from Odegaard. Free kick, which the Norwegian put in, of course, scored against Olympiacos at the weekend. Ball's come out to David Luiz, he's going to whip a ball into the box, trying to get it into the path of, I think it was Gabriel Magalhaes, just occupying a kind of a false 9 position there for the moment, but it doesn't get to him in the end. But just seeing the chat, how we all doing? Chris is in the building to put hi lads, hope you're well. Hope you're good as always, Chris. My prediction is a 1-1 draw. I thought Arsenal's backline this week anyway, as we were saying before, and then he's put beware for corner updates in the comments later on. We'll be aware for him. We'll keep our eyes out whenever Jordan appears a bit. And then Daz, how you doing, buddy? He says, how are we doing? Afternoon, Josh Kieren, or Hosh, he's put my name. Hosh.
Good chance, Josh.
Michael Oliver. Yeah, good chance there. Deflected, I think, from... Oh, speculative effort. Michael Oliver is the man in the middle today. He's indeed.
Oh,
and then Daz has put... I mentioned to my friend about the tournament. He said okay, which is perfect. His name is down on the list, so no need to worry about that, Daz. I've got him on there. And then Carl's in the building. How are we doing? Chris has gone, Josh will go Goalfest. KD 3-1.
You know what? I was actually going to go 3-1 because I said to you before we started, I think Arsenal are going to win. And Chris has got it bang on the nail. 3-1 Arsenal I'm going to go for.
I mean, technically 4-1 for me is a goal fest for Spurs. I mean, Kyle's gone, hey Josh and Kieran, how are you? Spurs to win 5-2. I mean, if we get 7 goals, we're going to be happy.
We normally get quite a few goals, don't we, me and you?
Yeah.
The last one we did Arsenal and Leeds, and it was 4-2. But Josh, you're missing the one certain aspect of watching Arsenal play. And I'm gonna let you guess it before I actually say it.
Defensive mistakes.
No.
Granit Xhaka.
No, there's one certain aspect that we love. That's why we love watching Arsenal doing the watchalongs.
Trying to think off the top of my head now.
I'm so disappointed in you, Josh. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
William Bingo!
Of course.
William Bingo!
Well, the thing is, when I first looked at the team sheet, I was like, William's not there. Which surprises me because I actually think William for him in the last few weeks has been good. I think he's got 4 assists in his last 4 games, so I'm quite surprised that he's not played in this match. But William Bingo...
But you guys know the drill. William Bingo. What minute is William going to come on? Whack it in the comments.
I'm going to say 67th minute. That's my prediction.
I'm going to go 59th.
Quite early, do you think? Is that going to be a case of maybe Arsenal being under the cosh?
The last time we did Arsenal, we did William Bingo. You said 60th. I think I said 67th. So, and I think you got it right. So, I'm going to go for the 59th. And hope that Arteta thinks I'll bring William on. I won't bring Aubameyang on. I'll bring William on.
No, because he'll probably bring William on first. You know what he's like. Loves a William right
bring
now.
Bring on.
Yeah, I mean, he scored an absolute scream against Olympiacos. So, I mean, it's going to be a tough game. And as we said a few minutes ago, so far we're only 6 or 7 minutes in, but Arsenal have probably had most of the ball. I don't think we've really had any opportunities yet from Spurs.
No, and I think this is probably going to be the pattern of play, to be honest, because we know Jose Mourinho likes to play, but they've got such an attacking lineup. I can't see them sitting back for 90 minutes and just watching the ball go past them.
No, that's what I was thinking in my head. It's a very attacking 4-2-3-1. They've got bags of pace across the board. Lucas in behind Kane with Son and Bale. They're both rapid players, and I think at the end of the day, yes, there will be a lot of counter-attacking to do, which they're players that are perfect for it. They've got a very good finisher in Kane, but I wouldn't want to be sat here and in an hour and a half, 2 hours time saying, it's a shame that Spurs didn't attack this game a little bit more because they've got 4 very informed players. Let's not forget. Well, let's say 3 because Lucas doesn't play as much, but Bale is in the best of form he's been in since he's joined the club. Kane's been banging in the goals recently. Son's firing, so it'd be a real shame if by the end of this game we're sat here and saying we didn't actually see much of Spurs' attack because there's just too many good players on the field today for Spurs not to attack this game at points.
Yeah, they're finally coming forward for the first time in the game. I think this is the first real spell of possession they've had, and we're almost 8 minutes in. It's not been the best of starts, but Spurs coming forward again with Doherty on the right. It's going to go backwards though. We love a backwards pass, Josh, don't we?
We do, and I think Mourinho loves a backwards passing team that just sits there and just wastes time in a match. But I don't think Spurs will be wasting time. Last time they played Arsenal, it was a 2-0 win for them in the end. I remember watching that game because we were all watching it together. Going to be a chance here for Doherty to come down the right hand side of the pitch.
Good work by Bale.
Really good work from Bale. Lovely in-swinging ball, but there's no one there in the end, and straight into the hands of Bernd Leno.
Surprised he caught that.
Yeah, I mean, usually he's probably punching that, or he's just missing it completely and it's going in the back of his own net. But the important thing for Arsenal is, jokes aside, it is making sure that there's no defensive frailties because we've seen it back-to-back now. Burnley last week, which was an absolutely comical area. I mean, that's up for the Pushkas Award, in my opinion, for just comedic value. And then the goal against Olympiacos, which I saw on Thursday, was not as comedic, but it's just a point where you think, surely passing out from the back
and the thing is about
needs to be improved on.
It kind of gives Olympiacos that goal that if there is to be a comeback, they've got that goal to build on. And if it was 3-0, it's game over. It's game over. But the fact that they've got 1 goal, I know they still need to score 3.
But being the away team as well gives them the advantage kind of a little bit.
Exactly. For Tottenham, I think they're quite comfortably through a 2-0 home victory, of course, unless of a monumental fuck-up. They'll be going out to Dinamo Zagreb.
I mean, Croatia's going to be a hostile place to go to, but because fans aren't there, it's going to make it a lot easier for them. But Tierney's on the left wing, you're going to whip a ball into the box, eventually headed away by Alderweireld, and then headed by Doherty. But he's come back again here for Arsenal. Odegaard.
Bale's going to be gone down injured, I think.
He has indeed, just hobbling a little bit, and it's going to be with Thomas Partey as Arsenal look to build up some play here. But Carl's put William Bingo, of course, 55th minute. Chris has gone 66th minute. Daz has gone 50. Bloody hell. So they're only going to play 5 minutes and he'll be on. Which is a very early sub indeed. There's going to be a chance here for Emil Smith-Rowe. Interesting to see how he does tonight. Didn't really play much in the game against Olympiacos midweek, which for me must have been a tactical ploy for this game, kind of resting a few players ahead of it, while also trying to kill off the tie.
Pass.
There's a chance here for Saka, who just doesn't get his first touch in the world, and good defending in the end, but out for a corner.
Yeah, really good pass by Partey as well. It was a good 1-2 between him and Xhaka. Good positive pass from Partey. Just tries to spin around and take the ball with him, but Alderweireld, he's not going to let him get past. So experienced and does really well to put it out for a corner. But Arsenal so far have been the better side.
Yeah, much better side in this first 11 minutes. Good start to the game, good pace for Arsenal specifically. I think Mourinho, as much as there's not been any goals yet, I think he'll be a little bit disappointed that they've not had more of the ball, but they always do have a tendency, I feel like, when Arsenal play the North London derby at the Emirates, it does tend to usually go their way. I think the more recognisable game was the 4-2 a few years ago when Aubameyang scored a really nice goal from outside the box. That's always the one Arsenal North London derby at the Emirates that sticks in my head over the last few years.
I mean, they've not really done well in the North London derby in the most recent years, but like you said, that 4-2 win's probably the one that sticks in the minds of the Arsenal fans, of course. They need to get the bragging rights because they've been the laughing stock this season for pretty much every team.
Yeah, exactly. And we've just seen now, possession-wise, first 10 minutes, 75% for Arsenal, 25% for Spurs. They're really going for it in this first 10 minutes, as you would expect, and they're going to come forward here with Saka on the right wing. Good ball from Cedric into the young English player, who's definitely been the best player this season, but ball whipped in. No one there, but Emil Smith-Rowe's going to get the ball back. Might be a chance here for Tierney to whip a ball into the box. He doesn't. Lays it off into the middle to Granit Xhaka, who tries to flick a ball to Saka. A little bit heavy, but the youngster does well to get the ball. Cedric will lob one in, and Alderweireld heads away, and it's cleared in the end. But not well enough, because Arsenal are going to come back again. It's really good start to this match, but the problem for him is if they don't get something soon, they're
by Cedric.
Going to be a little bit nervous here. And Saka whips the ball in.
Cross in.
And Lacazette feels like he's been pulled in the end.
I mean, I said it was a great cross in the end. It was just too high for Lacazette. I think maybe, like I said earlier, the height of Aubameyang might have helped that, but over Lacazette's heading out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, he thought his shirt was being pulled, and we're just seeing it now. Doherty on Lacazette, he wasn't pulling his shirt at all. As you said, the cross from Saka was a little bit too heavy towards the path of Lacazette. But
nothing in that at all.
Nah, you're never getting a penalty from that. Referee in a game like this has to be spot on and not give away decisions because, well, we've seen it too much in the Premier League this year. Sloppy decisions being made from referees that have maybe given disingenuous goals, I think is the best way to put it. But Chris has put in the chat, Xhaka deserves to be in the running for Ballon d'Or for that Burnley goal. You never know, might be there in a few months.
Season.
Yeah, it was. Absolute screamer for him. And then Kyle's put Mourinho was annoying Arsenal fans by saying he only looks up the league table. That made me laugh. But do you know what? Right now, I think they're absolutely right to.
How many points behind Tottenham are they?
They are currently, as it stands, 7 points behind it would be.
So I mean, if they won today, you go into 4 with 9 games left of the Premier League season. I mean, there's a massive chance for Arsenal to catch them, but they need to win. They need to start picking up points from the games that they really shouldn't. I mean, Tottenham and Arsenal's a big game, but like last week when they played Burnley, they should be winning that game quite comfortably. They should be beating teams like Burnley and the other teams that they've stumbled up against. But no disrespect to those clubs either.
No, but there's a chance here for Saka to come through. Long ball lofted towards him. Lloris is out of his goal. He's going to have to get the ball hoofed away quickly. And in the end, it'll come back to Lacazette here. Now to Odegaard, just outside the box. Plays the ball into Saka on the right wing. He's going to cut in. Lovely work from Saka. Back to Odegaard again, who's found himself in a bit of an awkward position.
It's it.
And Xhaka, he's going to hit it. And, well, we saw a very similar goal a few years ago, if you remember, when Ben Davies struck one from, I think it was the exact same position from the, I think it was on the right-hand side from the same goalpost, but not good there from Xhaka.
I'm not really sure why Lloris does that, you know, like, I'm pretty sure Reguilon's get into that, but Lloris kind of gets caught in a second mind, then kind of like miscontrols it and has to slide the ball away from Odegaard and then slides it straight back into trouble. And of course, luckily for him, it was up far enough up the pitch so he could recover. Yeah,
very risky. I think Reguilon would have had him there in the end, and obviously he slows down, expecting Lloris to get the ball. I think we've seen too many times in the past where goalkeepers do come out, rush out, and then the other player's not expecting it, and then we see terrible own goals. I think we saw one a few weeks ago. I can't remember which game it was, but somebody was covering one, I think, in the Europa League, and we had a pretty poor situation where the goalkeeper and the defender just didn't communicate very well indeed. But I think it's not a good start for me for Spurs. 15 minutes in, We would have expected
away
Arsenal
again.
to come out maybe on the front foot being at home, but they've got a chance here again. Odegaard going to take off from long range and it hits the bar, and it was a Emile Smith throw.
What a hit, and he just crashes the crossbar, but Tottenham looks shaky. That's going to be a foul on Ndombele though. They look shaky at the back. Reguilon there running out with it and loses the ball.
And it was a Emile Smith throw. Really, really good chance, and you just see it now. Just takes the effort on, and it looks like it's curling down and it's going to hit the bar and go in, but it just doesn't. And Lloris is definitely saved there by the bar. Big chance though.
And you know what? They probably deserve to be in front in the opening 16 minutes. It's been a very entertaining start to the game. I'm not going to lie. Arsenal fans probably they know that they need to score when they're on top, but I mean Spurs living on the edge right now.
Yeah, it's for me, Arsenal, it's detrimental that they get a goal soon, because what I was saying earlier, you know, Kane, Bale, Son, they're very good players up top, don't really tend to miss many chances at all, so with the very few opportunities we might see in the next half an hour, maybe more for Spurs, you would expect players like Kane, vice versa, to take those opportunities on, but Arsenal, I think we've seen them at times this season where they've dominated games for large spells. In fact, some games where they've dominated for the entire match and never really capitalised.
I mean, the other Northland derby that we watched, the previous one, they dominated the ball, but they were just caught out by two absolutely fabulous goals and two fabulous counter-attacks, really. Son's goal is going to be up there for one of the goals of the season. I mean, Son's hobbling a little bit, holding the back of his hamstring, which is not good.
No,
he's gone down. I think he might have to come off here.
Not what you want to see, and that means probably someone like Lamella's going to come off.
I think he's going to have to come off here.
Well, the referee's going to go over.
He's holding the back of his hamstring.
I think this is going to be should be a substitution, I think.
It's not good for Spurs fans.
And you can see agitation on the face of Mourinho there. Not a substitution you'd want to make after 20 minutes, and it actually will be Dele Alli.
I think it's the right choice. Move Lucas out wide and put Dele Alli behind Kane. Obviously, Dele Alli's regained his form a little bit. In the last couple of weeks, of course, that goal against Wolfsberger and the good performance he put in on Thursday night.
Just
seeing
now,
saw it there, where there, kind of just there. Yeah, his hamstring's gone. Oh,
and he just stops his run, and it's not what you want to see right now, especially with not many games left of the season. I think we've got like 9 or 10 left.
That's going to sideline him for a few weeks at least.
Yep. Massive blow this will be for Spurs, but Lamela obviously not going to come on. It'll be Dele Alli instead. I think Lamela could have been another option.
Well, he's walking off the pitch, which is good.
Yeah, that's a good sign, and he'll be taken off as a precaution.
Do you know what? He might be taken off, or he might stay on. I'm not quite sure. He's hobbling a little bit. Oh, Lamela is actually getting ready to come on, Josh. You might be right.
I thought Lamela would come on because I thought
Lamela.
He had a very, very good game against Zagreb on the midweek. I think Adam was saying when we did the watch along for the Europa League that he played very, very well indeed. But Mourinho's frustrated here. I don't know what's going on. I think he just wants to make sure he's
saying that he's asking Son if there's going to be a sub. I think Son knows that he's pulled his hamstring and he's done, and Eric Lamella's going to be the one to come on.
Yeah, and with so few games left, you would assume, as Daz has put, maybe that might be pretty much a large part of Son's season over, depending on how serious it is. But the important thing is...
He's not even got his shirt on.
No, he's not even got his shirt on yet, Lamela, but he's on. But the important thing is he's walking.
Yeah.
And he's not been taken off by a stretcher or something like that. That's the important thing.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a massive injury for Son, because that would be a real tragedy for Tottenham.
Yeah, exactly. And he's been so detrimental this season for him at points that... Look, Lamela is an okay player at times, but he's nowhere near the same standard as Son. But it'll be interesting to see what he brings to the game. As I said, I think he was Spurs' best player midweek. Adam said he was the man of the match, apart from Kane, of course, with the goals that he got. But got a little bit of a skill flair about him. He's one of those players, I think, on the cusp of probably being booted out the door soon.
And it's just never really gone right for him, has it?
No.
Lamela, of course, after scoring that amazing Rabona goal in the Europa League like 4 or 5 years ago, whenever it was. He's just, like you say, he's always been on the cusp, hasn't he, of the starting 11, of course. Mourinho seems to like him, though. But like you said, I think maybe his time at Tottenham's up in the summer.
You'd think so, I'm interested to see, how old is he these days? 20, I'm going to say 20, 27, 28?
I'm going to say 28.
Let's find out. Eric Lamela, he is 29.
Ooh.
So, realistically, he should now be in his prime, which let's be honest, he's not in his prime. I don't think there ever has been really a prime where we've seen Lamela where we've seen Lamela do well consistently. But I think very soon he'll be one of the next players out of the door for Spurs. He's been a good servant, but he will be one of those players that will fade and not really be remembered as such, apart from the odd glimpses of moments like the Rabona goal in the Europa League we got a few years ago.
I'm not going to lie, Tottenham have been awful in the first 20 minutes.
Well, with the stats we just saw a moment ago, 30% possession, no shots.
Didn't you say like 44 successful passes in 20 minutes? That's like, what, you're averaging nearly 2 passes a minute, which is absolutely awful.
67 passes so far, 242, pass accuracy of 73%.
Yeah,
so we are looking around
probably about 40 passes, which is absolutely awful for 21 minutes of football. They've been really off the pace in the start of this game, and of course Arsenal have kind of taken advantage of that. I do know that Granada will 1-0 up as well, Josh.
They are, yes. They are 1-0 up right now. Yeah. But it's just one of those situations where he's kind of looking as this game goes on that Spurs need to change something up in this match, and I don't know what it is that they need to do. But they're having a few more spells of possession here, which is a good sign for them. Ball going to be whipped towards the path. I think it's Reguilon. Now into Lucas, who is occupying the left to mid position now in the game rather than playing as a central attacking midfielder. But
no, Ndombele's been caught in possession, and that's definitely going to be a yellow card, I think.
Yeah, referee going to pull that back.
That has to be a yellow card.
No,
it's not even. He's just pulled him back. Like, that is simulation of the highest bloody quality.
I would have said it's nearly a rugby tackle there, pretty much.
Hands all over him.
Absolutely. Chris put in the chat, Lamela did have masterclass at Old Trafford earlier in season, to be fair. Give him some credit.
When he went down holding his face.
And then towards his foot, Lamela, yeah, true, he has been hampered with injuries in the past, which has probably affected a lot of his career, which is a shame. But in those moments where he hasn't had injuries, he's had time to go out there and try to shine. And I think you see those little glimpses of moments where Lamela could have been a star player for Spurs. But as I said, good servant for the club, but it will be one of those where when you remember him in a few years' time, you'll just go, I remember the Rabona goal he scored, and that's about it. When you look at the original class of... Can you remember the picture that went round of all of the signings Spurs made when Bale was sold, and it was the picture of like Lamela, Soldado, and that all together? How many of those do you really remember for like glimpses of moments?
2.
Yeah. As Partey takes on a effort from long range, but it's just wide.
You got very excited there, and it went a long, long way wide.
I mean, we haven't had many chances so far. As much as Arsenal have had opportunities in the game, they've not really had chances.
Not a shot on target either.
No, the closest we've had is the obviously the effort from Emile Smith-Rowe from the bar. But Aubameyang, he sat on the bench. He'll be thinking to himself, I wish I was on the pitch right now. Maybe he could have had 1 or 2 opportunities that Lacazette hasn't had yet, considering he's a bit more of a quicker player. I wouldn't say skillful as such, but a very much more direct footballer when it comes to being in the right spaces at the right time.
I'm not going to lie, it started off very promisingly. It's kind of become a little bit of a snorefest in the last 10 minutes or so. Do you agree?
Yeah, it's become very sloppy. I think Arsenal and maybe Arteta will be a little bit frustrated that first 15-minute spell they've not got 1 or maybe 2 efforts in the back of the net, because they've deserved something so far. And saying that, might be a chance here for Arsenal to come forward, ball lobbed into the box towards Lacazette, but it doesn't get to him in the end. And now there might be a chance here for Spurs to come forward. It's going to be with Eric Lamela, who instantly has a tackle from, I think it was Tierney. Oh, was it Xhaka in the end?
Xhaka just absolutely wiped him out, didn't he?
Yeah, and could be a long 20 minutes with how it's gone. I mean, Chris has put Rome Watchalong has goal fest. This Watchalong ends 0-0. Imagine.
I mean, you've got me here, so it probably will end 0-0. I love a 0-0.
I love a boring game as well, usually. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have boring games in the Europa League, but yeah, we've got a bad tendency sometimes of getting boring games. But as I said, usually with us too.
I swear Xhaka's committed another foul.
There's a chance here for a ball towards Lucas, and very rare moment there where Arsenal wasn't the greatest of chances in the world, but Arsenal just switching off for a second.
That was an awful pass. Whoever took the free kick, I'm not really sure who it was.
It's not the best pass in the world, but if Arsenal were a little bit more aware, and so were Spurs forwards, could have been a much different situation. But I think we could be in for a pretty boring 20 minutes here. It really feels like an attack v defence drill.
I hope not, Josh. Well, you know when you said to me earlier, do you really want to do this game? And I was like, yes, yeah, go on then.
You're going to be regretting that, although Emile Smith-Rowe plays ball
Lovely
towards
ball.
Lacazette.
Oh my god.
Well,
he's going to go out for a throw-in.
If Thomas Partey's chance was wide, I think that one's just as bad from Lacazette.
It's a very good chance, though. He just doesn't catch it well. Emile Smith-Rowe's been Arsenal's best player by far.
100%.
Sprints straight past, I don't even know, a Højbjerg, pulls it back well, and Lacazette.
Is that a cross for Saka?
That is an awful finish. I'm not really sure what he's trying to do. That is awful. And it spins out and goes out for a throw-in. That is awful.
Don't really know what he's thinking there. Not really wanting to try and bend it. And I mean, Tubbs has put Josh Watchalong's show both best games but quality commentary.
Oh.
I mean, Olympiacos against Arsenal had 4 goals in it, which was, I think, was the most goals on the night. So, not every game's boring in the end.
I think you have some decent games, I'm not going to lie.
I think for every good game, I do get some boring 0-0s. But
you could be like me and have 4 0-0s in a row.
True. I think I was very lucky with the Europa League last time, where both games I had were the early games with like last minute moments in them, which is always nice. But you know, when we come back to the Europa League next week on Thursday, I know obviously United 1-1 against Milan. That's going to be an interesting match. Slavia Prague 1-1 against Rangers. Yeah. But the rest of them looking a little bit less likely.
Yeah, they're all over, don't they, the other ones?
Yeah,
unless of like monumental turnarounds, it looks like it could be quite a boring goal show watch along. But do you know what, we're going to do it because we love it.
It's not even going to be a goal show. I think we're all just going to sit in and probably just talk about football and life in general, just to make my life so much easier, because we did have like a half an hour spell where nothing was going on. But look at that.
The R5 ones are the reverse fixtures of the ones that were 8 o'clock, and you said they were really dead. And of course, me and Rowan will do the 8 o'clock ones. And
yeah, no doubt. You know, I'll probably have one on in the background just in case. You know, the special thing about the Europa League, you never know. Teams being 2-0 down. All it takes, goal in the first 10-15 minutes, and it's a completely different match. But it's going to be a tough one. I mean, Tubbs has put Josh got lucky with a 4-1 Europa League game. It was 3-1, not 4-0. It was 3-1. Don't forget that, Tubbs. I'm trying to think of any other games we've had recently.
I wish we had 3 goals in this game.
Oh, honestly, we need goals right now. I want to look and see if I've had any other decent games in the last few weeks, because
let's have a look. Let's go for every game.
So we had Dortmund Hertha, which
2-0.
Was 2-0.
But was it a shit game?
As much as it was one of those games where there was little moments for Hertha, they were never likely to score, if I'm being honest with you.
I mean, they did have about 12 fullbacks on pitch.
Yeah, I did say they looked better with 12 defenders on the pitch than they did with about 3 or 4, so that's a bit of a worry. But just seeing here, a bit of pushing and shoving going on between Xhaka and Lamela. Xhaka pushing Lamela. Yeah,
of course it is Xhaka.
Bit of an angry player. I wonder what the odds are for him to get sent off in this game, because he probably would, but trying to see any of the games we've had recently. Inter Milan Atalanta, that ended 3-0 to Inter Milan. I thought that was a decent game. What else did I have recently? Wednesday Rotherham 2-1 with a last minute winner.
That's a good game.
So that's another good game. Sociedad Real Madrid, that was 1-0, but very good match. So I've had a few decent games. Sevilla Barca, that ended 2-0.
Yeah.
So I've not had bad games recently when I look at it in the long run. But as you said, you know, when you go 4 games without any goals, it's not good. You could be me and go 4 games without a goal. Got there in the end. There we go. I mean, it could be 5 games without a goal at this rate.
No, because we broke the spell. Man United won 2-0 last week.
Yep, true. It'd be start of a new one, but hopefully Spurs can get their arses moving here, and Arsenal as well. Let's not forget, because they've been the better side, but nothing really going either of the two teams' way. Saying that, might be a chance here. It's going to be Lucas.
That's a foul.
And that'll be a foul and a free kick for Spurs.
Committed quite a few fouls on the Arsenal so far. I mean, on the
7 overall in the match.
7 overall, 5 for Arsenal. Tactical fouls that need to be made, like that one there from Cedric. He needed to do it because Lucas was getting on the end of that one too. I mean, for Tottenham, this is their best ball of the game, and they're not really doing much with the ball.
No, not at all. It's been pretty slow, lethargic. I haven't seen Kane yet. I don't think he's probably even had a touch of the ball, from what I can remember. I'd say there's not really been any moments. So there we go, he's had a touch. Kane's had a touch of the ball. That's probably the first one I'll remember in the match, but it's so poor, as I said. I really don't want to be coming out of this game and saying after 90 minutes Spurs haven't done much with the attack that they've got, but it's looking like we're going to be going in at half-time and saying something similar. But Tubbs has put, this game is so boring that Josh is searching for non-boring games he did watch-alongs. Honestly, Tubbs, you're not wrong. It's been a pretty slow match, which is why I got myself a gin. Because I knew this game was going to be miserable. So I might go and refill at half-time just to drown away the sorrows of this match. But that's been kind of a tendency recently in the Premier League. You know, I think I was looking at a stat recently, and it was a very reliable journalist and such. They'd collated the XG of every month in the Premier League of this season. And it started off at, I think it was like a 3.52 XG for the first month, which, you know, that was the first 2 months of the Premier League were the best months because every game had like 4 or 5 goals in them.
Yeah.
I can remember, I think, when West Brom played, I think it was Everton, it ended like 3-2 or something like that, and Bilic was sent off. Pretty much every game was good. But we've gone from having, on average, 3 goals a game. I think the XG now is about 1.4 for the whole month. I know we're only 14 days into the month so far, so that'll obviously go up over time. But is it a case now, do you think, because the season, the previous season was shorter in terms of the break between the time off for players, is it a case of maybe some of these players being a bit tired?
Yeah, it could be that, and of course we have had a lot of games this season for every player, for every team. It's been a massive fixture schedule for every team, even the teams in the lower leagues, of course. It's good skill by Lucas there. I think fatigue is probably the thing that's killing it off a little bit, but I think that Lucas has done really well here, Josh. I'm just going to stop because he's done fantastically well.
Don't know, we kept up there. I thought he was going to go down and take the free kick, but he did really well. But the problem is he's done all that, and we're now back at the bloody back line again, just passing it round. But yeah, it's one of them where
it
fatigue.
Probably is the fatigue for every team. I'm not gonna lie, it probably is that. You're probably right.
Yeah, and I guess it's not going to get any better. Although Lucas here, chance for goal!
Oh my God!
It's Lamella! He's done it again.
Goal!
Oh, when we spoke about bonus, and he has repeated a feat that he did about 4 or 5 years ago. It was the goal that made Lamella's name as a Spurs player, and I think he might have just put his name back in Spurs folklore again with another Rabona.
Where the bloody hell has that come from? It's the first shot I think that Spurs have had all game. It's a crossfield throw from Bale to Reguilon, little tap to Lamella. Lucas just taps it back to Lamella, and a Rabona from Eric Lamella through 2 Arsenal players, through the legs of Thomas Partey into the back corner of the net. And I mean, he's always had that flair, and he's come off the bench to show it.
That is brilliant.
What a goal.
Absolutely brilliant. Breathtaking moment from Eric Lamella.
I mean, he's definitely the only player who would ever try that.
Oh, absolutely. And first Premier League goal since September 2019. It's nearly taken him 2 years to score in the Premier League again. But I don't think any Spurs fan will care about that stat when you're scoring Rabonas against Arsenal of all clubs. What a goal. 1-0. And as we said before, for all of the work that Arsenal are putting in that first half an hour, means fuck all now.
This is the story of Arsenal's season, really. But fair play to Tottenham. They took the chance that they've got. The one chance that they've had all game, Josh.
Yep, exactly. Perfect for them. Really good start to this match for Spurs. You know, you sit there and you think to yourself, after all the time we'd spent where they'd done nothing in the match, they only needed one opportunity. Of all people, it's the sub.
Where does that come from? Like, where? That is from nothing. And Rabona from absolutely nowhere.
I mean,
you were sat there thinking...
Mourinho scratching his head, probably thinking, why has he gone for that?
I'm sat there thinking, like, what's he going to do? He's just going to get cleared. And he just does that, and it comes out of nowhere. I think it even caught the defenders off, because it's such like an unorthodox way of shooting. But fair player at Lamella, he's probably the master of the Rabona finish.
Well, I mean, it's livened this game up, that's for sure. We needed just a little magic spell in this game for this North London derby to come to life, and Lamella's just done that. And when you can see, away in the Premier League since 1993, the record when scoring first for Spurs, they've had 9 games, 6 draws, 3 defeats. So they've never won when scoring first in the North London derby.
Bit of a bad omen to put up when they've just scored, isn't it?
Exactly. If you're a Spurs fan, you don't want to hear that stat, but I mean, wow.
Like, you thought it was Bale. You were giving it the Bale.
I thought it was Bale at first.
That could have been one of the best commentary clips if you'd have gone Lamella, but you went Bale instead. You bottled it.
I thought it was Bale.
You bottled it.
Do you know what?
I mean, if that was Bale,
it looked like Bale at first. It looked like Bale, but do you know what? As I said, you've got to just give credit to Lamella. Just a brilliant goal at the end.
I mean, actually, you've probably got to give credit to Lucas. Just
got to give credit to Bale.
For the play before, give you credit to Bale as well, because for the play before that actually won them the free kick, which they passed it around a bit and then booted it up to the other side. Lucas was really good, and he played the ball around, and then Bale got it.
Fuck all here, because Emil Smith-Rowe's going to come in. What can the youngster do? Ball whipped into the box, and it's cleared by Davinson.
I mean, it seems to have woken Arsenal back up as well, that goal. But Bale, of course, smashed it to the other side. Reggie on nice little tap back. Then
so technically,
Lucas got the assist.
Still all Bale.
You were screaming for Bale's pass, weren't you?
I thought it was Bale at first. It might be just the drink. Jim puts me 5 seconds behind the match. I'm just on my lag.
Oh,
ball whipped in, saved by Lloris in the end. If that was Leno, he'd probably headbutt it into his own goal. But do you know what? When you actually technically look at both goalkeepers, I think both of them have got mistakes in them.
Yeah.
Lloris has made a hell of a lot of mistakes in the last. In the last few months, I think.
Yeah.
Leno's made a lot of mistakes in the last few days, so I guess it's more quite recent. But I don't think this game's definitely not done yet.
Did you just see who was warming up? It was William. William was warming up, Josh.
William Bingo going to be over after 36 minutes.
I saw him warming up, but that is a hell of a finish. I
actually think in that situation, that when you look at it first, you think, what's Lucas doing there?
Yeah.
It just looks like a really awkward pass to Lamella, and you think he's just going to shoot first time, and it's going to probably come off one of the Arsenal players.
I don't think anybody expected that. That's a really good ball from Tierney to Neil Smith-Rowe.
And the youngster plays ball to Lacazette.
What is Lacazette doing?
And Lacazette must have seen the ghost of Aubameyang, and he's hit the post.
What a shot by Cedric!
And big chance for Arsenal to equalise in the game. Still got a chance that they've got the ball right now. It's going to be Saka into Thomas Partey. Now to Martin Odegaard, who's still got the ball. What can the Norwegian do here? Lovely bit of skill. Now Saka pings it in, and Lacazette has a chance to take a shot on, and that's 2 chances.
He should have scored at least one of them, Josh. What is he doing when the
Giroud would have put them away?
When the one's pulled back to him, why didn't he just hit it? Why does he leave it? Does he get a shout from someone maybe? Maybe one of the Tottenham players doing the shout to him, like the old Harry Arter trick, I think it was. But what is that? It should be 1-1, and we didn't even talk about the chance from Cedric.
Well, the thing is, Giroud, had he been there for Arsenal, he would have put the ball into the back of the net at the very least.
Definitely the drink, guys.
No, he's a clinical player. But Dimski's put in the chat. Hi lads, late on the channel, but here now, still celebrating Norwich's win, which was a great win by the way. Watch that game. Cantwell, brilliant goal for you today. How are you doing? Very good after.
We're doing alright,
a bit shit after the first 30 minutes, but
it's kind of like, sparked into life in the last 15 minutes. Hopefully this energy stays in the second half as well.
Yeah, definitely needed. But one time Josh yelled out, damaged my ear a little. This time both of you yelled out. I think both my eardrums have burst. Well, don't worry, if there's a few more chances in this game, your eardrums might burst a little bit more. So if we just keep screaming and shouting, we might get you back to where we were originally with eardrums. But
do you reckon it's the Goodell he's talking about?
Nah. Wait till Sevilla play in a few weeks' time. There'll probably be a big game coming up at some point in La Liga.
They play Betis tonight, don't they?
They do. I was very tempted to actually do a watch along for that because it's a very, very good game on paper. I think it's 4th v 5th, so it should be a good match overall.
What a shot that is by Cedric, by the way. He's so unlucky not to find the back of the net. Running onto it from the edge of the area.
It would have been in. Lloris wasn't diving for it.
No, I just don't think he expected Cedric to hit it, to be honest. I didn't expect Cedric to hit it, but he smashed it and it hit the post.
I didn't expect Cedric to hit anything. He doesn't usually, does he? I kind of look at him and think he's a very preserved player. Doesn't really take on.
I'm not being funny, but he is not a good player.
No. He's not a good player at all. But he's that's why you just don't expect him to take on things like that.
Yeah. What? He's just not an Arsenal player at all.
No. I don't get why. What was it? Was it 3-4 year deal to sign him up on? Something fucking stupid.
No disrespect to Cedric, but I just don't think he's Arsenal quality. I mean, he's probably Arsenal quality. The way
Southampton quality when he was there, yeah, definitely. I think he's a good enough player for mid-table teams. Southampton, Villa, those types of sides, I think he's good enough for. As
he's getting me yellow.
Michael Oliver's going to slowly walk up and give a yellow card to Reguilon.
Not Xhaka.
No, not Xhaka. Xhaka yellow card bingo. That's one for the future. But you can see there, Saka gets the ball in. Bit of crunching tackle.
It's a nasty challenge. It's the first one we've really seen. He's nowhere near the ball and just clips across Saka. It's definitely a yellow card.
Definitely a yellow, and being a derby, you'd expect a few cards. We've got a massive derby next week, don't forget. Celtic Rangers. Obviously, the title's been won now, so Celtic. There probably will be a watch-along for it, yeah.
We've not decided on the watch-alongs for next week, have we?
Nah, we've still got a long way to go.
Next week.
Yeah, it's the last week of club football before we go to fucking misery for a few weeks.
We've got 2 weeks without Premier League football.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a shame, innit, that?
Yeah, because the international break's so shit.
I think that's when I might look to do the Champions League tournament potentially to fill the gap.
Get it done in the bloody international break.
Here comes Saka
the box.
And just out of play, I think it's going to be out for a corner, it's looking like.
Yeah, I think it was a corner. I think Reguilon got a touch. Reguilon had to be careful because he just received that yellow card. Again, good play by Arsenal down the right-hand side with Saka.
Yeah.
It looks like Saka's playing on the right and Emile Smith-Rowe on the left, of course. But short corner. Odegaard back to Cedric, who whips it.
That's a Cedric ball for you.
It's an awful crossing by Cedric.
That's a Cedric ball if I've ever seen one.
That's an awful tackle by Lamela. Seen as a good tackle by the ref, of course.
Yeah, Michael Oliver probably didn't see it in the end. Mourinho be very happy, I think, going in at half time in 5 minutes with his side. Be first actual shot on target in the game, which has ended up in a goal. And it's just a pure moment of brilliance from Eric Lamela. But Arsenal, if you're Arteta...
Well, they're in the box. Lacazette's done really well. Still going. Saka. He's on his own around 2 players. He can't do anything. Yeah. I feel so sorry for him because he looks to me like the only one really trying anything for Arsenal creatively wise. Creatively? Is that a word?
Yeah, creatively wise. Or creativity wise.
Yeah, that's probably what I should go for.
I was going to say as well, I think if you're Arteta at half time, I'd be throwing the water bottle at Lacazette's head. I really would.
Well, Tierney's going to cross that in.
Unless commentator's curse comes, because they've got a corner here. And knowing commentator's curse, Lacazette will be at the near post and he'll get his head on this.
For FPL reasons, I've also got Son, so I'm going to have to transfer him up. I have got Doherty, so we want a clean sheet.
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of fans Reguilon as well for the what if card on FIFA. If you're a FIFA fan, you want a clean sheet for him. Odegaard, you need goals as well. So
Rowan got Odegaard the other day, didn't he?
Need a few goals in this game, but if they can get a goal here before half time, it'll make this game much more interesting going into the second half. Ball's lobbed in.
It's a decent corner.
And Lacazette's nowhere near it. So that solves commentator's curse for me, which is very good indeed. Yeah, I'm going to say now, it'll be flicked into him and I'll be saying Lacazette.
Right winger.
Here comes David Luiz. Slight touch from one of the Tottenham defenders, but good work there. And it will go out of... Oh no, he's going to stay in play. I thought he went out then.
Right wing David Luiz.
He's been all over the place in this first half, David Luiz.
Where's Gabriel as well? Oh, there he is.
There he is, just slowly walking back. Here comes Thomas Partey. Hits it long towards Emile Smith-Rowe.
That's another
lovely ball. Back to Emile Smith-Rowe. Into Odegaard, and he gets a slight touch on the ball, but I don't think he was expecting it.
I don't think he needed to go loft it along the floor. A chance to his feet, and that's probably 1-1.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting that to be chipped up to him in the end, but we're just seeing the Lamela goal back again here. I was just thinking, what was that pass? You expect him to just shoot it straight on and probably whack. I think it was Partey in the end, but...
That is an incredible... Look at Reguilon's reaction when that goes in. Hands on the head straight away. What a finish. To get the swerve on it, because it swerves at the end into the back of the net.
Of course, it's the only player who scores a fucking Rabona in the world, isn't it?
What a goal.
I cannot remember any other player recently in terms of a top 5 league that seems to score Rabonas so fucking consistently. You just don't see any other player do it. He's kind of etched his name into Rabona folklore, hasn't he? For goals. Because
he's a Rabona merchant.
Yeah, he's literally, whenever you think of Rabonas, the first name you think is Lamela.
That goal that he scored, yeah.
I mean, that goal in the Europa League is absolutely unbelievable. Did I ever win Puskás Award that?
I don't know.
Surely has to.
That's lovely by Tierney. Lovely ball in. Odegaard! It's in! It's 1-1!
I mean, that's...
Hugo Lloris!
I mean, that's fucking shit keeping. Tubbs, if you're in the chat, this is Sunday League shit here.
I'm not going to lie. That was awful defending as well.
He's terrible defending. It's terrible keeping.
The cross is not.
Don't worry, I don't have anything against Arsenal. I would celebrate it.
It's really good football. That ball from Tierney. No, this from Tierney. It's not even that good of a cross.
Look at the space.
Nobody picks up Odegaard and he taps it in. And Hugo Lloris, it's not even a good connection on the ball.
He's literally... Hugo Lloris is scraping his knees across the floor to try and save this.
Right, fair play.
It takes the deflection
through the legs of, I think it's Alderweireld. But I think Lloris probably could still save it.
Yeah, he's a little bit unlucky with the Alderweireld deflection, and going in at half-time at 1-1, it's looking like Martin Odegaard.
Martin Odegaard, of course, it's a good goal. It's a really good goal.
It's a very good goal indeed. Very good goal.
Because the cross had no pace on it. He did well to revert it towards the goal. His first Premier League goal, of course. Fire at the moment. Yeah, 2 goals in 2 games now. And yeah, a little bit unlucky for Alderweireld in the end. You were just so bland, weren't you? Because I'm expecting you to do the commentary for it, and then I started to do it, so I'm like, alright, I'll continue doing it. Odegaard scores, and Josh is just sat there with the bluntest look on his face.
Thing is, it just, like, when we first looked at it, it just looked like really shit keeping. Like, I mean, and now you see it. Yeah, as I said, it's the deflection doesn't help. It makes it really awkward for Lloris in the end. But my God. I swear I literally said 10 minutes ago Lloris and Leno have both had mistakes recently. And it's not a mistake. It's not a mistake from Leno. It's just a situation where I think there were a lot of people saying he can't do better because Alderweireld's got a block on the ball, but
he was already going down before the ball was hit, though.
That's exactly. And you know, this game, there's 2 minutes of additional time, 1 minute left. It goes in half time, 1-1. Mourinho will be probably very peed off with the defender.
I think it's a fair result.
Yeah.
Because from the 30th minute probably to the 40th minute, Spurs did have probably control. But other than that, Arsenal have been all over them for the majority of the game. And they were well worth that goal. That's a good pass from Odegaard. I just stopped because I thought he was aiming for Lacazette, but he actually aimed for Cedric. Corner at the end of the half though, Josh.
I mean, if they could make it 2-1 here at half time, that would be quite an interesting situation. There's been 4 corners in the game for Arsenal. David Luiz and Gabriel coming up. Gabriel scored an incredible header against Olympiacos last in midweek, which was a fantastic goal. But Odegaard here, chance for a goal and an assist before half time. 25 seconds left on the clock here. This would be perfect for any Arsenal fans if this goes in. And it's cleared away.
It was a decent delivery into a decent area, of course. It was right onto the foot of a player if anybody was there. But the thing for Arsenal was nobody gambled on the ball going into a certain area.
No. I've got to say, I know there's no clause in the contract for Odegaard to come back, but referees just blown the whistle for half time. I really do think Arsenal need to try and sign him.
They need that sort of creative player, like that cam position, but unfortunately for them, I don't think he'll want. I'm not saying that he won't want to come back, but I don't think Real Madrid will sell him.
I think they will, but maybe not to Arsenal. Yeah,
it'll have to be for some big bucks.
His work ethic for me is incredible.
Do you think 40, 50 mil? I think probably that's what Real Madrid would want.
About 40 million.
Yeah.
It all depends on how desperate they are to get him off the books.
And we know that Arsenal don't really have the biggest of transfer budgets.
Yeah. No, exactly. I think it all depends on if Madrid need to desperately get him off the books to balance out FFP and stuff. If so, then maybe they might be able to get him for cheaper. But we're going in at half time in this game, 1-1. I haven't even updated the scoreline, which I will do right now. But
too busy talking about the result, weren't you?
Yeah, no, too busy talking about Odegaard.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, we started off with the first half an hour. It was just pure dominance from Arsenal. We had that one moment of pure brilliance from Eric Lamela. An incredible Rabona goal, which will no doubt go down as one of the goals of the season in the Premier League.
No doubt for that, yeah.
And it's just then...
Decent game, though, other than that. The first 20 minutes were kind of shit. The last 25 were alright.
It livened up. It was one of those where it needed something in the game to liven it up, because had it have stayed... there wasn't a goal from Lamela in the game. Had it have stayed like that, I think we would have probably been going at half time and saying, look, it's 0-0. But both teams got a goal. As we said, Arsenal getting back late on in the match in the first half. Martin Odegaard, a deflected shot from Alderweireld. Lloris probably should do better. He was already diving down before the shot was even taken on. But you could say, I think there'd be a lot of Arsenal fans at half-time going in and saying we probably deserve to be in the lead with how we played.
Yeah,
but ultimately, it balances itself out, doesn't it?
I think that there's definitely a shout for Arsenal. Should be probably leading. They've been the better side. Had the better of the chances. I think Lacazette, he'll be withdrawn early into the second half for Aubameyang or potentially Willian.
Yeah, I mean, stick Willian up top, why not? He can do it.
Other than that, I think that Tottenham have been very poor. Apart from the moment of brilliance from Lamela, they have been really off the race today.
Yeah, he's not been good so far. I think we haven't seen anything of Kane. We haven't really seen anything of Bale. There's a lot of work to be done for Spurs if they want to come out of this match with a win. Which, let's not forget, both teams need a win. It's not a case of going out there for a point. I think we've seen too many times this season in big matches where teams have been quite happy to go home with a point. Now, as we've progressively got towards the end, when you watched Chelsea Man United and stuff, teams are becoming a little bit more aggressive attacking wise, because we're at that stage of the season now where every point counts. And Arsenal, they need the points if they want any hope of European football. They've got to go out there and win this. Spurs, if they want any hopes of getting back into the Champions League again, they need a win. This
performance very much reminds me of when Jose Mourinho used to manage Man United, and the season that we didn't get top four, we finished 6th. I mean, we got to the Champions League by winning the Europa League. It could be a very similar situation for Tottenham this year. Of course, we had a lot of 1-1 draws that year, and I think it could be the story of same old for Tottenham at the moment, because they look, after playing so well for the last couple of weeks, they look like they're going back to that form of being boring to watch again.
Yeah, and I said it a few weeks ago. I think I said in one of the streams that I don't like watching Spurs because they're boring to watch. Yeah. But they need to change something up, because you cannot stay playing that way for another 45 minutes, because you will come out and most likely Arsenal will go in and win it, purely just based on the fact that they've been so aggressive in the attack, and Spurs have been piss poor. They haven't really had any opportunities to talk about apart from that Lamela chance. But Chris has put Lloris or Pickford. I honestly said this for both for a while, both on the same level. Garbage. If anyone says Lloris world class because winning World Cup, then bloody Sidibe is world class then for winning a World Cup too. Then you could put Mendy is world class for winning a World Cup as well. He didn't even play, did he really? But what do Spurs need to do? Because I could say what do Arsenal need to do, but I think we've already said, look, bring on Aubameyang. Forget about whatever shit that's been going on in the background. No, he's probably stole one of Lloris's kids' toys or something and got disciplinary for it. But at the end of the day, it's like, in a game like this, bring him on, because there's so many opportunities. We've had two clear opportunities in this game where Aubameyang, had he been in those situations, would have probably either had a chance on target, or we would have been sat here saying Arsenal in the lead. Yeah.
For Spurs, though, I'm not quite sure. The bench is kind of a little bit like... If we just get the bench up real quick for Spurs. Apart from Dele Alli, who really going forward makes a difference in that team? Offensively, really, you've got Harry Winks, Sissoko, sitting midfielders. You've got Joe Hart, who's goalkeeper. Eric Dyer. Aurier and Davis are wing backs, and then Vinicius, who can come on. But who do you take off for Vinicius? Because then you're going to have to go 2 up top, and you can't take Harry Kane off.
No. I would have liked to have seen Vinicius. I think, in the small glimpses we've had of him, he's been enjoyable to watch. And I know he's been playing against some weaker sides, but I'd like to see him have a go in the Premier League, because I think he's a very good player on his day. But as you said, right now you don't really want to be taking anyone off the pitch.
The only player I can see...
You've already made one.
The only player I can see coming on is Dele Alli. That's the only player I can see coming on in the immediate future for Spurs to try and change the game, of course. Maybe take Lucas off. Or even sacrifice one of those sitting centre mids.
Seriously, wouldn't surprise me if Sissoko came on.
Yeah, or Harry Winks.
Yeah.
Or bloody Ben Davis for Sergio Reguilon because he's on a yellow card.
Yeah, true. I guess, let's not forget there's still... Both these teams have got a lot of games to come midweek again, back in Europa League actions. So it might be a case of, depending on what happens in this game, some players being rested up before midweek. I think Arsenal are at home, so they don't have to travel. Spurs are away, so they're going to have a lot more pressure on them to maybe go out there and get a result in this match. But when you look at the Arsenal bench, take away Aubameyang, of course. Willian, he's still on the bench. He's primed and ready to come on at some point.
They've got Pepe on there as well.
And Pepe, yes. If they want a bit more extra pace, I'd like to see Pepe come on.
Yeah.
I think we had a talk about this when I did the Europa League watch along. I think Saka, for me, is burnt out. I think he's had such a heavy spell in the side that maybe just giving him a week or two's break, which he will get when... well, actually, probably won't, because he'll be playing for the England under 21s, but he should...
be playing for the England senior team.
True, very true indeed. I think he needs a break because he's had such a long spell in the team. It'd be nice to see Pepe, because I think Pepe is slowly getting into his stride, and I'm not...
The last few weeks, for sure, Pepe has really kicked up his appearances and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's playing. He's playing with confidence. That goal against Leicester was really nice. He's playing with a little bit of confidence, of course, but for Arsenal, more of the same.
Yeah.
A little bit more deadlier in front of net, and this game could have been really over, to be honest. It could have been 3-1, 4-1. We could be sat here at half time thinking, Arsenal, 3 points. on the board. 5 goals in the first half for us two.
Which would be nice. I mean, 2 goals is not bad at all, but I think it will be a case of more when Aubameyang comes on rather than how he comes on in this game, because you cannot have him sat there for 90 minutes, because there will be Arsenal fans absolutely screaming and raging if this game finishes 1-1 and Aubameyang doesn't come on.
Yeah, for sure.
Arteta will need some security out of that stadium, because no doubt Arsenal fans will be absolutely raging with it.
Definitely.
And I don't think Arteta's stupid enough to not bring him on. Maybe he is. He might bring on Willian instead and put him up top as a false 9, but he needs to come on at some point, because Lacazette has had chances and he's not taken them, and you can't keep allowing him opportunities where he's not taking them. Which, saying that, will probably come at the end of the game. He's got a hat-trick. No, we are, look. But we've got more content coming up on the channel over the next few days. If I'm awake tomorrow in the morning, 8 a.m. Western Sydney Wanderers taking on Wellington Phoenix. I'm going to do an early watch-along tomorrow. Rowan would have done it, but he's not going to be available, so I'm doing it instead. And then don't forget, still to confirm what time it's going to be, but Free Agency Frenzy is going to be taking place throughout Monday with Will and Kieren L, so you don't want to miss out on that. And then on Tuesday, it's me again with KL. City against Saturday against Gladbach. City against Gladbach against Real Madrid and Atalanta. I've absolutely butchered that. I've said 4 teams playing against you. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, Bayern Lazio against Chelsea. Bayern Lazio and Chelsea Atletico Madrid. That's Wednesday. That's going to be with you and Will. And then, of course, if you want to take part in the UCL FIFA Sim tournament, it's a free-to-play tournament. We need 32 players to be involved. If you haven't put your name down yet, it will happen at some point, I promise you. You know, I've been advertising it for weeks. It will happen. But you don't need an Xbox or PlayStation or FIFA to take part. We'll take the 32 teams from this season's Champions League. So you could get Manchester United, or you could get Istanbul Basaksehir here. It's the luck of the draw at the end of the day. But we will be doing that soon. As I said, once we've got 32 names down, we'll roughly get a guide. I might do it, as we said, when the international break comes round, just because then we've got something to cover the 2 weeks, because it's going to be fucking shit that 2 weeks. But as I said, if you want to take part in that, then that is available to take part in. Put your name in the comments below and we'll add you down on that. And then, as always, if you want to check out our social media links, our Twitter is at _top corner, and Instagram is _sportscorner_. You can check those out, as always. We tweet and post on Twitter and Instagram when we go live on Twitter, as well as when we post articles up on thesports-corner.com.
And we've got some going up today, haven't we, Josh?
We have indeed. We've got a piece coming up from you where we've been looking at each Premier League side this season.
We're giving them a grade from A to F.
Which I think is very, very good indeed.
Do you want a spoiler?
Yeah.
Arsenal got a D.
Oh, I think that's a fair grade.
I've not done Tottenham yet, so...
No, I'm going to guess Sheffield United get a big fat F.
Yes, and Liverpool got an F as well.
Oh, wow.
I've graded Liverpool with an F.
There we go. So there's a few hints. We'll not give too much away, but that is a piece that KD has done. We've also got a piece up today about Chris Wilder, about how he's left the job and what it means for Sheffield United. Obviously going down. But it's an interesting piece, that one, from Adam. And then we've got a few other pieces going up across the day as well, so well worth checking that out.
The website's probably going to be dominated massively by Free Agency Frenzy tomorrow with Kieran and Will. Massive thanks to those guys, because they'll be doing a lot for us tomorrow, and we're just going to be whacking stuff up on the site in the background, aren't we?
We are indeed.
I know you've got a lot coming up.
Yeah, I'm keeping myself busy this next week, but there is so much content still to come up. Europa League on Thursday. You've got the incredible 5:55 games, which are all nearly done and dusted, so we'll have the goal show for that, if there is any. And then 8 p.m. we've got the 2 important games, Slavia Rangers and United AC Milan. Before I talk about them, tonight, Man United West Ham. What, are you looking forward to it?
No, we've got no fucking fit strikers, Josh.
I'm guessing it's going to be Diallo, Greenwood and James as the front three? Probably.
Well, apparently Rashford's travelled with the squad.
Oh.
But
yeah,
I don't want to risk him.
No.
We've got a massive game on Thursday. To be fair, today's a massive game, because West Ham, if they beat us and they win the game in hand, they'll probably go above us.
Yeah, which
is mental to think.
Crazy.
But Lingard can't play, so their most on-form players out. But apart from that, we've got a lot of injuries. We've got Martial injured, we've got Rashford injured, we've got Pogba, of course, injured, Cavani's injured, Donny van der Beek's injured, Mata's injured. This is probably West Ham's best chance of picking up 3 points, and if they do, Uckle football is coming to the London Stadium next season, potentially. Yeah, and we're probably going to play McTominay and Fred again, who just played, well, McTominay played 90 minutes on Thursday night, and Fred played about half an hour, but they've been playing 90 minutes both of them for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and on Thursday, Sunday, they must be knackered. Yeah, exactly. As we said before, it's fatigue now at this stage of the season. Excited to watch Diallo, though, after that goal on Thursday night. Yeah, and you'd expect him to probably play the majority of the full 90 minutes. I hope so. And I hope to see Shoretire as well, who's another youngster we've got. who's been on the bench for the last few weeks. He's a left winger, but you know, just a win will do. I don't care how we do it, if it's scrappy or whatever, just a win, because these are the type of games you need to win.
Yeah, and it's that stage of the season now where it doesn't matter how exciting it is to watch these performances. You just want to go out there and get the 3 points, regardless of how fun or shit a game is. It's just get the 3 points and get out of there. And it's more of a case of pretty much needing that in this match right now, because both teams desperately need the points on the board. As you know, we said before, people say in the chat, Chris has gone West Ham 1-0. Dimsky's gone West Ham 1-0.
Nobody likes Man United in this chat, that's why they're all going to West Ham.
And then Tubbs has gone West Ham and Moyes gets an A+. I mean,
probably will give West Ham an A. I'm not doing the pluses or the minus. I'm just giving them a flat out grade. West Ham for sure, definitely getting an A.
Yeah, been incredible this season. And then of course Thursday night against AC Milan, first leg could have actually been much worse. I think could have easily been 3-4-1 to AC Milan with the goals ruled out.
Really bad.
Should be a very, very exciting game.
I mean, you say that, we'll probably go there trying to get a 1-1 draw so we can take extra time. But I mean, it is all a question of when our players will be back fit, if Martial and Rashford are going to be back for that game or not. Because I mean, if we don't have them, we need to score. We need to go there and score. But yeah, like you said, it could have been very different because AC Milan were very good. They were very good with the ball, but in front of net they were really bad, and we were just shit all over the place, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's the worry. I think Ibra, I don't know if he's going to be back or not for the next leg, but if someone like Ibrahimovic is back, they will have somebody where they can give the ball to who knows how to put the ball in the back of the net, rather than players like Salamakers and Leao who are still young.
I think if he would have played, he would have got 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah.
The chances they were creating. Of course, Rafael Leao is a very good player. He's just a little bit inexperienced.
Yeah, exactly. Very young player, and somebody like Ibrahimovic up top. Ibrahimovic up top, he's a much more experienced player. He knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. But I think we're about to get ready to get underway with the second half. Cedric just coming out of the touchline, I think
probably asking how to defend. He's like, how do I defend again?
One of the staff members asking how he can hit one from 40 yards out to better Lamella's goal in the game. But I mean, we're just seeing Lamella's goal again here. Look at that ball from Bale. Brilliant. Plays it into Reguilon. Lucas to Lamella. Rabona's it. And that will be a goal that will be talked about for quite some time, regardless of the result, I think. Maybe not for Spurs fans. They'll be a little bit disappointed with the result if they do lose, but that'll be up there as a goal of the season contender, maybe even going and win it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a contender up there. I think Giammattino's goal against Arsenal might win it, because that was an absolute screamer. 35 yards out, in off the post. Why do people always score good goals against Arsenal?
Look who's coming on. It's not Willian, it's Nicolas Pepe.
Well, William Bingo's still on.
And
Saka,
which
you were right.
Yeah. I think it's fair. He needs a break now, Saka, and that should be... that will be, actually, unless he plays in the Europa League, that might be his last Premier League game until we get to April time with the international break going on. Whether he actually goes with the England squad or not is another question. But we are back underway with the second half. That was a bloody quick 15 minutes, I'll say that for sure. Good. Which is always nice. That's why you want it. Nice and easy, nice and quick. And hopefully we get on for a quick-paced second half as well, because we had a very good first 15-20 minutes, and I feel like that's what we'll get in the second half as well.
Hopefully we can have these two teams come out a little bit and push for the win.
Yeah, I think they both need to push for the win now. It is that stage of the season where, a few months ago these sides would have probably been happy to take a 1-1 draw, but this is a derby, let's not forget. We want goals, we want feistiness, and of course these days with derbies you don't get that same feistiness anymore with cards and stuff, but goals would be nice.
Well, Thomas Partey's lost it there. There's a chance for Spurs.
Yep, it's going to be Bale. Plays the ball into Lucas Moura on the left wing. The Brazilian had a few good moments tonight. Now into Reguilon, who tries to spray the ball to Kane, and that would have probably been his second touch of the match from my recollection. But that's, for me, another player. They need to get Kane into the game.
Yeah, I think a lot of Tottenham. I think they really haven't had Bale in the game or Kane. I mean, they just need to get a little bit further forward. As basic and stupid as it sounds, get the ball forward and try to at least fathom some shots on goal. But there you just saw, I think Reguilon should have probably had a shot there instead of passing it back to Kane. But of course, like you said, Kane's probably had to count on your fingers how many touches of the ball he's had.
Yeah, I want to see in terms of the pass stat. You can see now, it's much more 278 passes for Arsenal, 230 for Tottenham. It was just that first 20 minutes where it was like 40 passes out of 70 had actually gone to a specific Spurs player, which is crazy. You think to yourself, where did the goal come from? When you look at stats like that, it's bonkers. But that's Mourinho ball for you.
Yeah, and they took their chance well, didn't they? The only chance they've had at the game all game, and they took it very well.
Yeah, and it's what we said. Arsenal, that 30 minutes of opportunities and chances they just didn't take. As Reese is in the building, I bet you're buzzing with the Lamella goal, buddy. How are you doing? As always, hope you're good. But Cal did say Man U West Ham 1-1 draw. He was going to go for.
Yeah, I can see it ending 1-1.
I'm going to go 3-3. Why not? We love goals. It's not going to happen, is it?
Kind of Dumble there.
But there is a chance if Dembele going to drive forward.
Good defending by David Luiz. That's Cedric, innit? Oh
well,
my god.
You were literally saying 2 minutes ago Cedric might be talking to one of the staff members on how to defend well. That is not the greatest of defending, is it, from Cedric there?
What is that?
Not good at all from him. Very, very poor. As I'm getting updates for goals. It's not that boring.
No, it's not. I must just be tired.
No, it's quite warm in this room as well. It does make it a bit more likely to get tired.
I mean, it could be warmer. You could have the lights shining down.
Yeah, true. Very true. That'd probably melt us to death right now. But chance here for Arsenal to come forward. It's going to be Emile Smith on the left wing, being the better player.
It's good defending again by Davinson Sanchez.
Yeah, been really good, hasn't it, for Tottenham recently?
Yeah, he's really kicked on. Bale's not really kicked on in this game.
No. I mean, it's interesting with Spurs backline because obviously we all just remember the days of Vertonghen and Alderweireld. Do you see Davinson Sanchez as a long-term centre-back option? Because eventually Alderweireld's going to leave.
He's still young, isn't he? And Mourinho seems to like him, so... But he just always has that mistake in him, doesn't he? It's just the question of can you get that out of your game. But
there's a mistake here at the back, and Lacazette, he's just a little bit slow to the ball.
I think it was Tierney's pass really kind of swerving away from him. But was that Lloris that just threw it straight out to Tierney? I didn't. We weren't watching. No, me and you weren't watching. We were too busy looking at your bet. We were too busy looking at your bet.
I'm too busy trying to hope Monaco and Lille don't score in the game because I've got a decent bet on there. It's a draw bet. I've got 4 games to all end in draws.
How much was the jackpot?
It was £154.
So what other games have you got? Just these 2 left. Oh,
Milan Napoli.
Oh, right.
Which is the only other game left. Ooh. Which is an interesting one, but it'll be the second.
So when someone scores a 91st minute winner here, you're going to be.
I'm going to go no.
Fuck off.
That's what I didn't want. And then Reese put Davidson doesn't give me confidence.
Yeah, like I said, he's always got that mistake in him, but I can see the potential.
It'd be interesting to see how long they stick with Alderweireld for, because they gave him the contract extension with all the links to. Well, it's linked to you at one point, weren't he, for the supposed release clause that he had. Signed the extension as the contract, so it killed that idea off as a chance for Bale to come forward. He might actually be able to live up to the shouts of Bale earlier, but he won't, because his ball towards Lamella is weak and good defending from Emile Smith Rowe. But
it's the free kick as well.
I wonder how long it'll be before Alderweireld's the next player out the door and they bring somebody else in as a new centre back to kind of form a new partnership with Sanchez, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, because Alderweireld brings that experience that kind of there's a massive lack of in that Spurs side, of course. Kane probably the only other person in there. Højbjerg, I know he's got experience, but he's not got Champions League experience.
Yeah.
Apart from that, Lloris maybe. Apart from those 3, you're thinking there's a real lack of experience in that Spurs side, but they've just got to keep. With Mourinho, he makes very, very average defenders look good, I think.
Yeah.
We've seen it with the likes of Smalling, and even Phil Jones for a certain amount of time was quite decent. But then there's always that question of like, is it Mourinho or is it the player? And for Tottenham, I think Alderweireld's sun has been setting for a while. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I agree with you with that one. I think I'd say maybe a year or 2, and then we'll be moving on to the next person. They brought Joe Rodon in. I don't think he's going to be the person to be the future, but certainly going to get a lot of experience from Alderweireld to become a better defender. But a team like Spurs will no doubt dip into the market to go out there and get a better player. But Alexa's in the building. How are you doing, buddy? Are you all good? He's put first off, let me be the 100th person to say what a goal by Lamela. And then he's put second, Doherty might be the worst defensive fullback in the league. Cedric's on the pitch right now. And then third, Odegaard has totally turned this team around, which we were saying at half time. I think Arsenal should try and sign him up for what he's brought to the club so far, but it's going to be tough for them to bring him in, of course. And as well, I was going to ask as well, Alexa, did you put your name down for the UCL tournament? Because I can't remember if you said you wanted to or not. But Reese has also put he'd like Skriniar maybe as a player.
That'd be a really good sign. I think. Of course, he was linked with Tottenham in the summer, linked with Man United. I think Jose Mourinho is a massive admirer of him. And why wouldn't you be such a good defender? Yeah,
brilliant. I mean, the game I watched against, I think it was Atalanta, man of the match in that match. He's a brilliant defender, and considering they were going to get rid of him, it's bonkers. A team like Inter were going to get rid of him. As Alexa put, he didn't. I thought you didn't. I just had to make sure just in case, because I've got so many different names that people have asked to put down. I just wanted to make sure. But long ball here towards Nicolas Pepe, who is probably going to take one of his first touches of the match since coming on as a substitute. Here is Cedric, who might be the worst defender in the league, up there with Doherty. But I'll probably give it to Cedric.
I'm not quite sure what's happened to Matt Doherty. I thought going to Spurs would develop his career a little bit. Odegaard's absolutely furious with Cedric. I'm sure Cedric's probably heard that a few times in his career. What was I talking about, Josh?
Doherty.
Doherty, yeah, thank you. I just got sidetracked because it was Cedric. I don't really know what's happened to him. I thought going to Tottenham would excel his career a little bit, but he just seems to be taking a backward step, to be honest. Because at Wolves, in that 5-back, he looked like one of the best right-backs in the league. Wing-backs in the league. Maybe it's because he's playing in a 4.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 4-back just doesn't seem to suit him. From what we've seen, I think 5-back allows him a bit more opportunities to push forward, not have to defend as such, because you've got the 3 centre-backs to cover you at points and trap back into your position. But he's not been a good signing for Spurs. You look at him and you thought at first when he did sign, great signing, got Premier League experience, but I mean, yeah, the less said the better. But Tierney's going to whip a ball in here, and it's straight into the hands of Hugo Lloris, which
I think it took a deflection off the man we were just talking about, Matt Doherty.
He's going to hit it long, which Harry Kane gets his 3rd touch of the match. Now it's into David Luiz, and it's
what is Gabriel doing?
Hoofed away.
What is Gabriel doing? I know, they've come away with it, but why did he just hoof it into the air?
I've got absolutely no idea. As Michael's put, come on, Derby. It might be the Championship Club Derby.
Didn't they get beat yesterday?
I think they did.
It was 1-1.
Was it? Did it end 1-1?
I think it ended 1-1.
I think it might have.
Millwall, didn't it? Yeah. Does he mean come on the Derby as in Arsenal Tottenham, or come on Derby as in Wayne Rooney's Derby?
Who knows? Might be come on Derby as in Wayne Rooney's Derby. Carl's put, I would like to see Troy Parrott be given a chance next season in the team.
God.
As
Matt Doherty. What was that header back? And I mean, Lloris doesn't make it.
I mean, Alexa's point there has just been perfectly shown to us from what we've just seen. As Tubbs put, Doherty would be a better right wing than a right back. As Odegaard's going to come forward here.
It's going to be
and it comes off Emil Smith-Rowe.
No foul on Smith-Rowe.
Here's Bale, who, well, I was going to say it might be subbed off, but I don't really know you bring him on.
Penned back in their own half at the moment. They can't get the ball out.
It's the same as what we saw in the first 10 minutes. And it is, Michael's put it is, cheers lads, Wayne Rooney's Derby County. Best luck for the rest of the season, because you should be safe now.
Of course, Wayne Rooney, former Manchester United legend.
Of course. Because there's a chance for Lacazette, and Jesus Christ. I mean, it's one of those moments where if Lacazette had scored, I would have just ended the stream, because we've sat here and pretty much said he's not done much in the game, but straight into the hands of Lloris, and well,
it's a half chance.
Yeah, half chance at best.
Straight at Lloris, not really any direction on the ball.
Still didn't properly save it though, did they? Parried it away.
Kind of parried it out, didn't he, after he caught the ball?
Christ.
Josh,
I tell you one thing.
Right.
I think if Spurs, and I said it yesterday, where with Dortmund, we were talking about Dortmund's keeper situation, how hits is average at best.
No, hits his shit.
I said
he's Rowan likes him. Hits his shit.
I said he's a good keeper for a team like a Hoffenheim or an Augsburg or Cologne or something like a mid-table team. But
I'd take him at mines.
He'd be a decent keeper at the lower level. But I think Spurs might be another club that should probably look at someone like Areola.
He's the captain though, isn't he, Hugo Lloris?
Yeah.
And I think for the time being, he'll probably stay the captain. Getting closer, Josh, that bet.
It is. I've got a bet on, if you're wondering why we keep talking about a bet. I said 4 teams on for a draw today. Arsenal, Tottenham, as... I told you. I told you he was going to come on.
Sissoko coming on?
Bit more defensive reassurance. Imagine now Doherty's...
He's taking off Bale. He's taking off Bale. I thought number 9 was Kane, but number 10's Kane. He's taking off Bale and bringing on Sissoko.
So
he loves a 1-0 draw.
Now the thing is, it genuinely wouldn't surprise me if Sissoko plays on the right wing. Because remember all those times for France he used to play on the wing with Matuidi. Matuidi and Sissoko used to play as left wings and right wings, and I thought Deschamps lost the plot. I've got a feeling he's going to do that.
He looks so furious. Is he going straight down the tunnel? No.
I mean,
he looks absolutely fuming, Gareth Bale.
You would be. I mean, to be subbed off by Sissoko is already depressing enough, but in a game of this magnitude, as a player who's played in multiple North London derbies in years, you want to be on the pitch and maybe be the person to win the game, but Sissoko's on, either way.
He's playing in the midfield, he's there.
So I
think Ndombele's gone a little bit more advanced.
I mean, it's Mourinho, isn't it? It's Mourinho at the end of the day. Michael's put, we need it, back to the draw, good luck. Thank you very much, Michael, as Lloris going to pick up the ball and eventually spray it out. Half an hour left of this game.
Yeah.
Tottenham, Arsenal running out of time.
I mean, Tottenham have been really poor.
Yeah.
They've been really poor all game. Apart from the goal, which was a moment of individual brilliance, they've been very poor. And your cash out keeps rising.
It does.
Are you going to cash it out, you think?
No.
You're going to just ride it?
we let it ride. It's only £1. I got four games on for a draw today. Monaco-Lille, which has got 7 minutes left. That's 0-0, probably going to end 2-0, knowing my luck at the end of it. Arsenal-Tottenham, which has got half an hour left. Has to be a draw. Leipzig-Frankfurt, which finished earlier 1-1. And then Milan-Napoli tonight for a draw. That returns £154.
And you cash out currently £13.
We let it ride.
And you let it ride.
Let it ride. That's what you do if you put bets on, because this game right now is looking like it will end in a draw. Because Arsenal, that first 15-20 minutes of the first half, they took a few opportunities.
Bloody hell.
They haven't in this second half. They've had the ball but not done much with it. I think the only real chance we've had was the Lacazette effort that went straight to Lloris.
I think the story of the game's probably been Arsenal have had the ball, just not the opportunities. And Spurs just haven't had the ball.
Yeah, it's been pretty poor. I mean, Michael Oliver, I don't know if one of the players there was just calling for a card to come out. He just went no, but I think we'll see maybe another substitution for one of these two sides soon. I think it has to be Arsenal and it has to be Aubameyang. But it will probably be Willian. Yeah.
Willian.
What did I say, 67th?
I said 59.
We're getting there.
He's 59.
Looking at William Bingo, Daz, you're out. Chris, you've got 6 minutes left. And Kyle, you are out because you said 55th minute for William Bingo. So, Chris, you're the only one left in the chat on William Bingo.
And you, of course. You've got 67th minute. What did Chris say?
Chris said, I think he went 66th. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be a close one on William Bingo this week.
Another corner for Arsenal, though.
Yeah, big moment this. This might potentially change the William Bingo situation if they put the ball in the back of the net.
Get Willian on if they put it in.
It's going to be Pepe who takes it.
Yeah, different corner taker this time.
Playing it short.
One even in the quadrant.
Now it's Tierney. Back to Pepe again. He's going to whip a ball in. Slight deflection from Sissoko.
It's such a wasted cross, but
comes back to Spurs, and now here should be a chance for them to push forward. It's going to be towards Lucas. Sloppy ball. Now into David Luiz. He's going to wait for the run of Pepe, who's looking to take on his man. Doesn't in the end, but lovely run from right wing David Luiz. Oh, he's cut in. Go on. Oh,
what is he doing? Why didn't he
just take the shot?
That's the shot, David Luiz. Oh, Cedric. That's a cracking ball. Headed away.
He should have taken the shot. That's twice we've seen him on the right wing today.
It was just the way he glided past those couple of players.
Here's Pepe, though, just inside the box on the right wing, going to take on his man again.
Where's right wing David Luiz? Get him in box.
We need him back on the right wing.
Oh,
I thought that was him for a second.
As well.
It's going to be Thomas Partey.
Oh, lovely bit of skill there.
Takes on the Everton. Well, it was even more wide than the chance I got excited about in the first half. But yeah.
Oh no.
Here comes Dele Alli. Going to be a change here. Probably be Lucas coming off.
Who's 28? Is that Ndombele?
That is going to be Ndombele, I think, who comes off the pitch. So change, and it will be Ndombele coming off, and Dele Alli coming on.
I'm not going to lie, he's not really done much today.
No.
But I mean, Tottenham haven't really had the ball for him to do much with it, so I kind of feel a little bit sorry for him. But Dele Alli can come on, and I mean, he's not had the best season, but he's looked at he's back to his best in the last few weeks. Can he get the winner, which would probably give him all the confidence in the world?
Yeah, it's one of those. I think in a game like this, he needs a confidence booster, doesn't he? I think he needs to put his name down. We had that big goal a few weeks ago, didn't we, with the bicycle kick? But there's a chance here, and it's going to be Lacazette.
Oh,
he's taken down, and
that's a penalty.
That's a penalty. Lacazette, he's down. Penalty for Arsenal.
What is Davinson Sanchez doing?
And Davinson Sanchez gives away.
And they're definitely going to check it.
A needless penalty.
They're definitely checking it.
Mike Oliver's talking to himself, and this will be checked. But
it's a definite penalty.
I mean, if this isn't a penalty, I don't know what is. It is a really terrible touch from Lacazette.
It's an awful tackle. Why is his foot that high?
I mean,
if they show that again, watch how high Davinson Sanchez's foot is. Well, that's an awful angle to show it from. Definitely onside. Yellow card for someone.
I think
yellow card for Alderweireld, I think, though. It is a definite Stonewall penalty, in my opinion.
Yeah, foul. So, Arsenal with a penalty. Yellow card to, I think Davinson Sanchez has got the yellow card.
I don't know if Alderweireld got the yellow card for complaining or not.
I think
but, I mean, we were talking about Davinson here, wasn't
it?
And Reese put in the chat that he doesn't trust him. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, he's put what a fucking tool. And
Lacazette on the penalty.
Here comes Lacazette.
Williams on after this.
Big moment in the game this for Lacazette and Arsenal.
Why have I just got the feeling he's going to miss it? 5
penalties he's had and he's scored all 5.
Why have I got a feeling Lloris is going to save this? It'd be so
no. Knowing with how Lloris is, it'll come off the post. It'll come off the post and whack Lloris's head.
Sanchez is wank.
So here we go. Alexandre Lacazette stepping up. Big moment for him. He steps up. And it's right into the bottom right-hand corner, and Arsenal take a 2-1 lead, and it's Alexandre Lacazette.
It's a brilliant penalty.
And North London derby could be going Arsenal's way at the Emirates Stadium. Yeah, 2-1.
It's a really good penalty from Lacazette, that. But, I mean, the foul from Davinson Sanchez was absolutely awful. Sends Lloris the wrong way, Lacazette.
It's a great penalty.
Into the right-hand corner of the net.
Couldn't get any more into the bottom right-hand corner. And as we've just seen, all those changes.
Where the fuck's his foot going?
I mean,
why is it that high?
I mean, situations like that, you could easily give a red card for a high foot.
How is he saying that's not a penalty?
I mean, it's a ridiculously high foot. In other situations, that could have easily been a red.
Awful challenge by Davinson Sanchez.
Well, Spurs have got to do something special now. They've got 25 minutes to try and get a goal back in this game to make it 2-2. 2 to win it.
And that's going to be in his head all game.
Yeah.
For the last 26 minutes. It could get away from him this game.
And well, with Sissoko and Ali coming on in the last 5 minutes, they're going to be probably looking to those two and Kane, who's done shit all, to come back into the match.
I mean, Dele Alli. I mean, he must have been on the pitch for 5 seconds when that penalty got given.
Yeah. Not much he could do about it. But, well, this should make it interesting now, because Tottenham are going to have to come out and start playing, which is something they haven't done. I think Tottenham fans have got quite used to him not playing football recently. But Dimsey's put, who's the best player to have played for both Arsenal and Tottenham?
Adebayor.
It's Adebayor, Sol Campbell. But Adebayor has to be up there as well.
I think Sol Campbell's up there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other players that
for
played.
For their times at each club, Adebayor was really good at Arsenal. He was alright at Tottenham.
Yeah, he wasn't too bad at Tottenham.
Sol Campbell was alright at Tottenham. He was really good at Arsenal.
You watch, Spurs will get an instant equaliser. Give it a minute or two and we'll be sat here saying it's 2-2 from, I don't know, Sissoko's bicycle kick or something.
Doherty's long-range pile driver.
I mean, Chris has put 1 Lacazette should have scored anyway. 2 shocking schoolboy defending from Sanchez. I mean, when you actually look at the chance what Lacazette had, that would have been missed by an absolute mile.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether he was just anticipating the fact Sanchez was going to tackle him.
He should have done better with it, I think.
But, regardless of the fact, Arsenal in the lead now, no fans care whether he was going to miss that or he was going to hit the corner flag.
Reece has said Toby, Tanganga and Dyer should be their centre-backs. No Sanchez, get him out.
Get him out of the club.
He's given the ball away to Sissoko. I think he's done that about 4 or 5 times since coming on already.
Nah, I still think you can bring on Aubameyang now. You really want to go for it.
William.
Look at that. 13 attempts to 1.
Get William
on. Well, we've got 2 minutes for William to come on here. We're in the 66th minute now, so William Bingo We've got 2 players left, myself and Chris. If William doesn't come on in the next 30 seconds,
scoreboard, mate.
You're out. Off scoreboard.
Dimsky said it. He said, Josh, update your scoreboard.
I'll
You're not
update
on it today, are you?
Nah, I'm not.
Are you as surprised as I am that Lacazette's actually scored a goal? He might score again here. Ødegaard, lovely feet. Tackle by Højbjerg. It's a free kick to Arsenal.
Yeah.
About 35 yards out.
I am a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit surprised.
What is he checking here?
Well, Michael Oliver's just stopping play for a second. I think he's just having a bit of a talk to Højbjerg. And that's going to be it in the end. Just a quick talking to Højbjerg. So.
See your cash out's gone down a little bit, mate.
Yeah, gone down to £5. Fucking French pig. Honestly. As a betting person, you're disappointed.
Watch him stick this it back at net from here.
No, I hope David Luiz knuckleball free kick. We haven't seen one in ages.
Said don't update.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Oh, right wing David Luiz.
Knuckleball free kick from David Luiz. This would be the perfect one. I mean, Arteta's probably...
Oh, he's left it to Xhaka.
Don't tell me Arteta.
Xhaka.
I mean, nah, we'd have rather had David Luiz knuckleball.
Xhaka,
so Xhaka's going to take it.
Shoo.
He's not shooting.
Shoot. Just whack it.
So he's 35 yards out. He's going to dink it up to David Luiz, and what a waste that was.
What an awful free kick.
And now Spurs have got the ball back here. It's going to be Lucas Moura giving the ball away instantly.
What is that pass?
They've had one attempt in the game, Spurs.
And they've scored it.
It's anti-football, what we're watching right now.
That's why I don't like him. I like Mourinho. He's a very, very tactical manager, but this style of football just doesn't work, does it?
I thought they'd go for it. You know, but when you look at the lineup,
foul as well.
When you look at the lineup, you see Bale, Son, Kane, Lucas. I thought they'd actually go for it, but
he's getting a yellow card.
Obviously, I don't know football.
Lamella.
Mourinho it's boring.
I just don't get it.
It's depressing to watch. And I'm not even a Spurs fan, but I can sit there and just hate the football that you guys play right now. It's tragic to watch, but
Thomas Partey's done well today.
Yeah, he's had a very good game. Very, very good game indeed. How are we doing, Kurt? It's hello, bro. Welcome to the stream. Are you all good as always, lad? Wonder what time it is in the world there. But yeah, it's one of them. I need Spurs to score.
0-0?
It ended 0-0.
Oh.
I need Spurs to score. I need anti-football.
Maybe just cash out the £5 and just run.
Yeah, I could, but I have a bizarre feeling that anti-football is still going to somehow work. It's just very Arsenal, isn't it, to come out of this game and either draw or lose.
It'll probably be a dodgy VAR decision. In the next few minutes.
Well, here comes Lucas. By the way, William Bingo, we've both lost. We are out.
Glided past Thomas Partey then. Yeah, everyone's done with William Bingo. Reggie on.
No winners this week in William Bingo. We'll try next time.
Oh.
Spurs looking to come forward again. It's going to be Doherty.
Right wing Kane.
Now right wing Kane. Puts a ball into the box. And that was a brilliant
it was Dele Alli, I think.
Cross. And it was Dele Alli who should have probably got a chance on it. That was a great cross.
Well done, Cedric, for defending it. Fair play, Cedric.
That was a massive chance. And you know it's sad when we get excited over Kane's cross because it's just been so few chances in the game. But really good balling from Kane. And Dele Alli was the man who was looking to get onto the ball. And had he just timed his run, I think half a second later, he would have probably got some form of connection on the ball and would have been a big chance there. But 20 minutes now, anti-football has got to actually come out and play football now. So
I mean, it looks like they are, to be fair. Like, here's Lamella.
Another Rabona would do. No pressure.
I thought Højbjerg was going to whack that when it came to an edge box.
I think he did. I think he wanted to go for it, but just because he's been so tightly marked. And it'll be interesting to see how Arsenal play out this next 20 minutes.
Good ball in, header on. Saved by Leno. Lamella again.
Yeah, it's been a dangerous tonight, Lamella, which is mad to say.
I'm going to guess that Reece meant wank, not whack.
No, I think...
this is whack.
might be whack in his eyes.
AM.
You never know. Yeah, 4:46 AM in Australia. Manchester United
Pepe.
game kicks off at 6:15.
Pepe.
Are you looking forward to that, Kurt? You'll have to tell us. But Pepe's in here. Now to Lacazette.
Back to Xhaka. Hit it. Oh. Shoot.
Right, that was poor from him. Going to come out to Smith Rowe. Here's Tierney. Looking to come forward. Ball whipped into the box. Very good cross. Eventually should be cleared away.
Well, Lamella's done well there. Won the free kick.
He's done very well indeed. And 19 minutes left. He's put the only good thing Lamella can do is Rabona. He's still not good. I always say whack. I thought he was.
Is whack good or whack bad?
Bad. bad. I really hope Rees would not be saying it's whack, saying this is a good performance.
No, when people say it's whack, like, oh, this is whack, this is, like, good.
I don't think there'd be any. There might be a Thai fan out there, like a Spurs Thai fan, who'd be like, this is a great performance, do you know what I mean? We were consistent. The one attempt we've had in the game, we put into the back of the net. But
Spurs Ultras be like,
yeah.
It's a brilliant performance, 100% free.
Arteta's fuming here.
Sissoko again. He's been really good since coming on, Josh, don't you think? He's been best player on the pitch since coming on, Sissoko.
Breaks the play up, and that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah, breaking the play up by giving fouls away. He is shit. I'm not being funny. I just don't think he's a very good footballer.
I seriously do think I think Spurs should bring on Vinicius, by the way.
And I had to watch they've not got no subs left.
Oh, they haven't, have they? It's the stupid fucking no 5 subs rule in England. I think that's one thing that's cost Premier League this season, not having 5 subs.
Yeah. I've watched Andreas Pereira play for a full season last year. He's better than Moussa Sissoko is. And you know how much I hate Andreas Pereira.
Yeah, you hate him a lot.
Moussa Sissoko, he's so bad. I honestly don't understand why people like him.
I think a lot of it will probably come from FIFA, but Pepe,
Cedric.
you cut in.
Oh, why didn't he give it Cedric?
Takes on the shot and he'll go out for a corner.
Should have given it Cedric.
Should have given it Cedric there. 18 minutes left on the clock, still 2-1. Cedric probably going over and saying, you should have passed it to me, mate.
I was open. I was on the shot. I was going to score.
But corner here for Arsenal. If they can make it 3-1, then this tie is truly done and dusted.
And so is your bet.
Yeah, and my bet as well. But as I said before, I'm hoping these two, if they do go through to the next round of the Europa League, do come up against each other, because an Arsenal-Spurs Europa League knockout clash would
be better in the final.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Be better in the final.
Oh, yeah and no, because I like when it's 2 legs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like having 2 legs. I think that, as I've always said in the past, the Liverpool-Man City one.
English teams do normally play out some decent 2-legged affairs,
I don't think in the last few years there's been a game which has been rubbish when it's been 2 English sides.
Spurs City was a very good game.
Liverpool City was brilliant. The only one was probably Tottenham Spurs in the final.
Tottenham Spurs?
In the final? Liverpool Spurs in the final, which was...
That was a very poor. It was really unfortunate as well, because the Champions League, that's the best Champions League there's ever been.
Yeah.
And to have such a wank final. Such a whack final.
It's a shame, but yeah, most of the times when the Premier League sides come up against each other, it's always good to watch. I was saying before, I really want Rangers to come up against United or Arsenal. I'd be interested to see
United over 2 legs.
It's just the age-old question,
Milan
isn't it?
will beat Man United over 2 legs.
You never know. It all depends on if any players are back by next week, which I highly doubt it. You might have maybe Mata back. That might make the difference for you. Yeah, you never know. Do you know what
though? I'd rather have Elmargo back than play someone shit. To be fair, we're gonna have nobody coming off the bench now.
Yeah, it is the case of tonight. The team on the pitch need to go out there and get the win.
I genuinely don't know who's gonna have on the bench. Probably some youngsters.
It's gonna be.
Oh Jesus Christ! That was a rough one from Kane.
It's going to be a few feisty tackles. I mean, it was literally, as Chris had just put, these derbies need no-nonsense tackles, no soft nonsense. The days of ridiculous tackles are long gone. That's the problem. I think, as I said before, the only games you ever tend to get crunching tackles as such a Scottish League, Celtic Rangers, maybe Turkish League derbies.
I've counted. That's 19 touches of the ball Harry Kane's had.
We've only seen 3.
We've only seen 3.
Oh, he's a red card. He's off. Lamella's off. He's off. Michael Oliver.
I mean, he's possibly the only player in world football who could be a hero in one half and a 0 in the other half. Because he has been pants in scoring that goal.
And yeah, he's off the pitch, Michael Oliver.
What the fuck have I just seen?
He has no decision there, Oliver. He doesn't even take a second of thought. It's a yellow card, second yellow for Lamella, and he'll be coming off the pitch.
How does he go from scoring a Rabona to being sent double yellowed in about 5 minutes? Genuine, how?
Honestly, no idea.
I can't actually believe it. Oh.
And well, all he can do is walk down the Emirates tunnel as things go from bad to worse for Spurs, of course.
It makes my head hurt, honestly.
Mourinho's going to have to change up something here, but you can see...
what is he doing?
That is just...
Why does he need to do that?
Stupidity.
Why does he need to put his hand in his face?
absolutely stupid from Lamela. Brainless.
That is why people don't rate him.
Yeah. And this is why, of course, you'd expect this game to now be in Arsenal's grasp.
Williams on.
As Williams on.
No, Aubameyang. It's Williams.
76 minutes is what it took for Williams to come on in this game. So we all were quite far out in terms of our predictions. But Spurs now down to 10 men.
I'm not being funny, but they've been awful today.
Yeah.
They have been really shit today.
I think that's going to be, is it Chambers?
No, it's Tierney coming back on because he had to go off because he...
I was confused. I'm like, Tierney's coming on.
I thought it was Callum Chambers as well.
Yeah.
Smith rose off.
Good performance from him tonight.
Played quite well today. Unlucky to not score in the first half with that shot. But Williams on. And this might be his chance to really get at this Spurs backline now. He's going to have... I know obviously Lamela's a bit more attacking. There's going to be extra spaces in the pitch. I'm still confused as to why. He just got a yellow card. And he didn't even need to hold off Tierney. I'm not stupid. He's just so stupid. Oh, good pass. Good pass from Gabriel though.
It's absolutely stupid from Lamela there. I mean, Reed's put in the chat, Sissoko's only good on FIFA, Lamela is ass. I think this was before the red card, by the way. Sanchez is a donkey, and Luis has had no hands for the last 3 seasons. Oh God, I mean, yeah, this is now attack v defence, isn't it? Really, I'm saying attack v defence. Spurs will still try to go for it.
I think that might be Dele Alli's first touch at ball. He's done well though.
It's going to be Sissoko. Now into Doherty. Lovely work from him, but heavy touch in the end. What a crunching tackle. That's what we needed from Granit Xhaka.
Of course it was Xhaka.
Brilliant tackle there from him as Carl's put Lamela showing how truly shit he is.
That is true though. How can you go from scoring a Rabona to being double yellow card in the second half?
I think this is Lamela's best performance to define Lamela as a player.
Yeah.
He has that one moment of brilliance and half the time it's just stupid.
Honestly, what is he fucking playing at?
But Luke is going to whip a corner here. Comes towards Harry Kane for his 20th touch of the match. But he will go straight to the hands of Bernd Leno, who probably won't have much to do for the last 12 minutes of this game. And like yesterday with the Herth Berlin match, we had 15-20 minutes with a red card. We've got the same situation in hand here now. And, well, I don't know what Tottenham really do.
Oh, what is he doing again? Do you know what Arsenal are kind of like...
By the way, I cashed out.
Did you cash out?
Yeah.
Do you not think Tottenham... Watch Tottenham go on and score now? And then AC Milan Napoli will be a boring 0-0 draw and you'll be sat there thinking, I could have had 150 quid.
I cashed it out because...
How much were it for? About £4?
About £4, yeah. And here comes Harry Kane, but his touch is poor, and that's his 21st touch. Going to whip a ball into the box, trying to get towards Dele Alli.
It's a good cross, you know.
To come towards the path of Reguilon, but good defending at the back there, and now Arsenal will come back up the pitch.
Rowan said, what a challenge, Xhaka.
Yeah, it was.
Great challenge from Xhaka.
Good crunching tackle as Reese's put. Lamela must have the same agent as Benteke, frauding their way to Prem contracts.
And Choupo-Moting as well. But we love Choupo.
Yeah.
Well, you love
He's in the Champions League, unlike Benteke and Lamela. That's the thing.
Lamela's in the Europa League.
He is indeed. But, I agree with you.
I can't believe that Choupo-Moting played in a Champions League final last year.
What can I say? And... lifted it as well.
And he scored a goal. Then he scored the goal that put him through to the semi-final.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I said he lifted it. He didn't, but...
he didn't lift it.
He'll be lifting it this season, won't he?
Will he be lifting it?
He'll be lifting it with the rest of the team. I'll tell you that for sure.
I think Bayern are going back to back.
Yeah.
They'll be lifting Bundesliga. They do it. This is the third time in the last 2 or 3 years.
They've heard I've cashed out on my bet. They fucking pass it out of play.
Arsenal just giving the ball away, passing it out of play. A little bit sloppy now, and I mean, if you're Arteta, you've got shitty arse.
Yeah.
They've just given a corner from nothing.
Yeah, this is the point where you would expect Arsenal now with this last 10 minutes to just get this game done and dusted. Don't be reckless at the back. Anything stupid. You don't allow Tottenham in, and I swear if they score.
This is going in.
I was about to say, I swear if they score from this.
There's Lucas's corner into the middle, and it's gone straight through everyone. And I mean, Kane was
never
there,
in doubt.
But Pele's on the ball now.
I think Arsenal get another one before the end. I think make it 3-1, really kill this game off. I mean, the worst case scenario, and once again, I was saying obviously earlier about how Lamela's performance is just Lamela-esque. A very Arsenal-esque performance. This would be the performance of the season if, in the 90th minute, Spurs equalised to make it 2-2 when Arsenal had 10-man advantage for 15-20 minutes. It'd just be very Arsenal, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
To concede.
I've just got a feeling that Arsenal are going to score. Oh.
Don't know why it's doing that.
What the bloody hell is that?
it'll eventually go away in a few seconds. But Spurs looking to come forward here. Going to be Sissoko into Davinson Sanchez. Of course, Davinson Sanchez will certainly be ruining
left wing Harry Kane.
Yeah, he's on the left wing right. What's he doing there?
Get in the box.
That's what I'm thinking.
Get in the box.
Yeah, Davinson Sanchez, he'll be thinking to himself, "Oh dear, what did I start?"
That's
really,
a yellow for Xhaka. There's a yellow for Xhaka in there. Finally, he's got a yellow card.
It only took him 81 minutes to go into the book.
Imagine if he gets double yellowed as well.
I was just thinking that. I was thinking, imagine if Arsenal go down to 10 men themselves, but yeah.
It's such a stupid tackle. That is such a Xhaka-esque tackle.
There's some interesting tackles going
I can't wait for Rowan to put in the chat, what a tackle again from Xhaka. Imagine if he gets sent off. I would piss myself.
Well, Tottenham got a free kick here. Good position.
Definitely going in. Why not Harry Kane have a shot?
I think Arteta probably thinking to himself a bit of frustration here.
He's shitting himself.
Yeah, you expect to really see out these last 10 minutes, but
since going to 10 men, Tottenham have actually played better.
Yeah, they have. And they might have a chance here to equalise in the match. It's going to be Lucas.
It's a decent delivery.
Harry towards Kane.
It's in! It's 2-2!
It's in the back of the net, but it's offside.
I think the flag's up.
Yes, it's offside.
The flag is up. But that is so Arsenal.
Yeah.
I mean, I did say it was going in.
And it'll be the right decision. Of course, it'll be checked anyway, just in case. But we're seeing the replay now, and he's offside.
It goes a little bit too early in there.
Good from the linesman there to notice that, but it would have just been so. I'm being honest. He's good from the linesman. He's one of those where ultimately he is offside, and in the end,
by Leno to make the save. By the way,
there's been some shoddy goalkeeper going on in this match, but a little bit of moment of belief there for Spurs. That might give him a bit more confidence with 7 minutes left.
I did say it was going in, so it technically did go in, but it didn't count.
The linesman being fully aware to the situation in hand.
You
keeps
really
Tottenham fans from believing
just because of your bet.
It was only £1 on anyway.
Yeah, but like,
I'd like them to score. If there's any Arsenal fans in, I'm sorry for saying this, but as I said, I'd like them to score because it'd just be very Arsenal-esque to be down, to have the extra man advantage and concede. Makes Arsenal fan TV great. For tonight, if they were to concede.
Imagine Arsenal fan TV if Xhaka gets sent off, gives away a penalty or something.
I'd happily sacrifice a £157 cash out to watch Leeds Judges tonight have an absolute meltdown on Arsenal fan TV. Money can't buy you situations like that. No. Money can't buy situations where Ty will be, I don't know, be saying, I don't know what the excuse would be tonight, but there'd be something in the book as an excuse.
We were 2-1 up, Robbie.
He'd be saying Michael Oliver shouldn't have sent off Davinson Sanchez, but chance for Arsenal to come forward anyway. It's going to be Lacazette, which now it actually looks like a masterclass that Aubameyang hasn't had to come on in this game. As Odegaard was going to go for the long range, doesn't in the end, plays it to Pele on left wing. Back to Odegaard again. And now Arsenal just
passing it back out of play.
Looking to kill this game off now and
There's
West
still going to be another chance for Tottenham in this game, I bet. Leno outside his box. Doesn't do well. Great upfield ball by Leno there.
All the way to Lloris. As Tottenham, I think, as you said, they'll have 1 or 2 more chances in this game. There'll be, you'd assume, a minute or 2 of additional time because we had the goal, the red card, a few little instances here and there where players been stopped for bookings and such. But yeah, Tottenham here need to get something soon. Because right now, as it stands, in terms of how the table will be looking, Arsenal will be sat in 10th place still on 41 points.
Still can't believe
but only 5 points from the top 6, which is crazy. 7 points away from 5th place. So, still the dream of Europa League football might be alive for Arsenal. Of course, if they win the Europa League anyway, then it doesn't realistically matter. But I guess they don't want to be focusing on that as the primary kind of source of how to get into the Champions League. They need to try and, or the Europa League at minimum, they need to try and get something in the league in terms of the position. As Lucas looks to come forward again here. Lovely ball into the box towards Kane and good defending from David Luiz.
It's another one of them balls though that it looked to be floating in and it looked like a comfortable one for David Luiz, but he questioned himself because Kane was coming in.
I think he did well there in the end.
Yeah.
Kane's always one of those players where he's hard to mark just because of his tall presence. He's very trying to think the word. I think bullish is a word.
Yeah.
Yeah, very bullish when it comes to come up against players.
Corner though.
But chance here, scored from the free kick, which was disallowed. Might be chance here for Kane to put it in the back of the net, but
oh god,
Leno will punch it away. Still
just
chance
catch
here
it.
for
catch it.
Spurs to get the ball back, and it'll go straight into the hands.
I'm surprised he punched that.
As Leno picks the ball up.
Why did he punch it? Just catch it. There was nobody contesting him.
I mean, Reese has just put he's going to cry himself to sleep. Enjoy the rest of the stream, lads. Thank you very much, Reese. You never know. 4 minutes left. It's going to be very, very tricky, but yeah, I think it might be a bit of a miserable night for you, mate. But thank you very much, Reese. You're an absolute legend. As Arteta's doing Macho Man on the touchline there for a second. I think he'll be happy, but a little bit bit disappointed as well. Maybe that Arsenal weren't as ruthless.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse than 2-1. Of course, we've still got 3 minutes plus added time, probably about.
El Nenny's coming on. Yes.
For Lacazette.
Yeah. Well,
what is this formation they're playing now?
William probably will go as the false 9, I would assume, up top. Aubameyang watching on.
He took his mask off and thinking, what the fuck am I doing here?
He does not look happy, but at the end of the day, on the inside, he'll be delighted that Arsenal coming out with a win. But Lacazette coming off. Do you know what? Got the goal to his name. Decent little shift for him. He'll not be too fussed, will he?
Oh, well, Rashford is playing.
Left-handed lineup was playing.
Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, Shaw, Fred McTominay, James Fernandes, Rashford, Greenwood. So
no Diallo.
Diallo's on bench.
Which is a bit of a shame, but in terms of the team, happy about it or just worried about the gamble of Rashford?
Oh, right, it's right there in front of me.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know, because I hope he's fit. And if he does get injured, then it's going to be a massive backlash on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
West Ham going free at the back. 3-5-2, Kufal, Souček, Rice, Noble, Johnson in midfield, with Bowen and Antonio up top, which is an interesting one, as Arsenal have given away yet again another free kick for Spurs. And this is in a good position to probably maybe have a go at goal. It's going to be...
They're not winning this game, are they? They're not going to end up winning.
I feel like fate doesn't want them to win this game, and it was ever since I clicked the cash out button.
He is shitting himself massively.
But this is another big moment.
Have a shot here,
please.
Harry Kane.
This is Harry Kane
territory.
Position, yeah. You know when he scored the goal against Chelsea a few years ago?
Yeah. Oh, laying down behind the wall.
This was such a similar position to when he curled it in.
It's got to be something special from him.
Yeah, you know, Arsenal, I think in the past have had pretty bad moments with free kicks and set pieces. We saw it earlier where they conceded. This might be another chance again. And it's Harry Kane who's going to go for it.
It's so cold! It's Davinson Sanchez, it's the other post!
Oh, what a chance. And it now feels like fate isn't on Spurs' side to go on and get a point in this game.
What
and it was a really good free kick. Leno was...
It's the post.
Pretty much nearly beat him.
Sanchez, I think it was. I think is it cleared by Gabriel? Yeah, massive block by Gabriel.
Oh, what a chance! I think Leno would have been beaten there.
Davinson Sanchez slides onto it, massive header away by Gabriel.
Oh, what a chance! The Spurs let's come forward again. And Doherty is shit.
Awful pass, but Dele Alli's going to keep it in.
Whip it in, which Ali does. Going to come off one of the players. I think it came off.
Clearance is not good
in the end.
I mean, Spurs have turned it on, but they've turned it on too late.
Yeah, way too late. They might have maybe 2 or 3 minutes of additional time here.
Why are they playing better with 10 men?
It's mad, isn't it?
Big long ball forward though is going to be headed away.
Only took them 85 minutes to turn up, but...
And then he's give the ball away.
2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to guess, for additional time.
I'll go 3.
What should we be 5?
5.
Well, I'm spot on there. 5 minutes. I don't know where 5 minutes has come from, but do you know what? Makes for an interesting last few minutes. Yeah.
I hope there's a goal, and it's for Tottenham because ATV tonight.
Do you know what? Like overall, it's not been a bad game, has it?
No, this second half's been quite decent.
It's been a decent game overall. As Spurs look to come forward again, it's going to be Davinson Sanchez.
Can they get over the line, Arsenal?
He's just going to hoof the ball up. Now he's
playing without a recognised striker up there as well. I think Odegaard's probably playing through the middle. But
yeah, I think Willian as well might just shift like between each other. But
4 minutes left though.
If you're an Arsenal fan, you're probably biting your nails right now because it's like 2 or 3 situations in the last 2 minutes where Spurs could have easily, technically, have won this game, which is mad to think.
Yeah, I mean the 2 chances that they had.
Here comes Willian on the left wing.
Just don't need to do all stupid now, Arsenal, and they'll have 3 points.
Now, to Odegaard, you'd assume they'll go to the corner flag and we'll just waste some time. But Willian gives the ball away here.
Oh, no.
Is it going to be Willian who's going to be the villain?
That's an awful pass by Højbjerg.
Nobody there in the end. As the ball goes back to Leno. Time running out for Spurs. Just a shame it took them 90 minutes to turn up.
Yeah.
And there'll be a lot of fans as well very annoyed with Lamela for the red card.
I think, yeah, like I said, how can you be hero in one half, zero in the other?
As Leno, who's the ball upfield, it's going to come back to Arsenal. And they might have one more chance to come forward.
Oh, Tierney, is he going to keep that in? I don't think he kept that in.
Nah. I thought he did really well there for a second
Yeah.
and kept it in, but he just didn't. But we're seeing that chance again from Kane. What a free kick.
I think if that comes to anybody else but Davinson Sanchez, that's a goal. Because they'll have had the presence of mind to stop, take a touch, then shoot instead of just hitting it straight away like he did. But
such a massive, massive moment in the match that, you know, as I said, Spurs, if it does end in 3 minutes at 2-2, they will 2-1 even, they will be looking back and thinking we should have probably had it 2-2. But
I mean, if they'd have played a little bit better in the first half, maybe.
yeah. And even in the first 30 minutes of the second, because as we were saying before, they were just paved in their own box for pretty much the first 30 minutes of the second half. And they should have come out more and attacked in the game, but they just didn't in the end. And it's looking like Arteta is about to get a very big North London derby win to his name.
Yeah, I mean, fair play to him. He's played really well. They've played really well, but I mean, the last 20 minutes or so, they've really looked shaky.
Yeah, that's been their problem all season, hasn't it?
Yeah.
They've had too many points where they've been shaky.
Yeah, I thought Lloris had the heavy touch there.
She's going to get it out to Doherty.
Good goal kick, though.
Doherty's going to play it back like the absolute numpty he is. And Davinson Sanchez is going to hit this long. You'd expect Kane to be up there, which he is. Doesn't get a touch in the end, but it will come towards, I think, Højbjerg now. Lucas. Back to Højbjerg. Time running out here. 1 minute and 40 seconds left. I mean, nothing would scream better for the neutral. A last-minute equaliser in this game as Lucas going to drive Spurs forward here, the Brazilian. Takes on one. Takes on two. Goes down, free kick. And this is probably going to be the last chance Tottenham will get, in my opinion, of this match.
Lucas has been Tottenham's best player by far. He just, whenever he gets the ball, he looks like making something. And here he just glides past Thomas Partey, Odegaard, and then Partey has to stick a leg out. Mixture of him and Gabriel to take Lucas down and wins a foul. With a minute left, it's just outside the area. It's a massive chance for Tottenham.
It. We've had, 2 free kicks in the last 5 minutes? Both of them could have equated to goals. This is probably their last chance of the game.
Reguilon and Kane are over it. Cedric's down in the wall again. Gary Eyes looking at the goalkeeper with his just bent over in front of the wall.
Bernd Leno, how's your bottle?
Get it on target. Make it interesting for the goalkeeper. Make him work. I think it's too close to get it up and down.
Yeah.
Just got to go try smack it straight through the wall.
So here we go. Harry Kane, 30 seconds left. Probably the last moment they're going to get of the game. It'll be Kane who steps up, takes it on, and it's just way too high.
Blazes it over the crossbar. Disappointing from Harry Kane.
And that will probably be it in terms of this match. As Mourinho, head down, Kane, head down. Tottenham know that big opportunity for them today to try and push towards the Champions League spots. And it's kind of 1 step forward, 3 steps back in terms of how the last week has progressed. Son with the injury as well, let's not forget. Hopefully nothing too serious.
He's come back out onto the bench, so he must be alright.
Which is definitely a good sign. But as for Arsenal, looks like they're about to get a win on the board. Bit of form starting to build for them, which every time a bit of form builds, usually it collapses. But big win.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over yet. It probably will be when Leno takes the
unless Leno smacks it into his own net.
And Leno slipped over and Harry Kane's in.
30 seconds left here. Leno's going to hit it long, and the referee
not blowing his whistle yet.
Going to keep play going. Might be a little bit of time because of that free kick. But that's it.
It's game over, and Arsenal are North London derby victors for the first time in quite a while.
Yep, North London is red, and I think you've got to say in terms of the complexion of the match, it's kind of deserved for them to get the win of the game. Mourinho going to go over to Arteta. Big hug between them, which is always nice to see. But for Spurs, massive 3 points dropped. They needed that if they wanted to try and get back into the Champions League. But ultimately, we saw Rabona's a moment of brilliance from Lamela with the Rabona to a moment of just absolute stupidity where he got sent off for the second yellow. And while Davinson Sanchez is probably complaining about the penalty that was given away, which he gave away for just absolute stupidity as well, it was a game where Arsenal thoroughly deserved the 3 points, and Lacazette with the winning goal of the match from the penalty spot gives Arsenal a massive 3 points in the race for the European spots for them.
Yeah, Spurs were just pretty much bog standard all over the pitch. They were just not good enough today. Arsenal wanted it more, they deserved it more, and fair play to them. They tried their hardest not to win it in the last 20 minutes, Arsenal, but Spurs just couldn't get over the line in the end, and fair play Arsenal, 3 points, very, very thoroughly deserved.
Very, very good result indeed, and overall, really good match to watch. Lots of entertaining moments in the game, and it had moments which both sides kind of, like for Arsenal, it had moments which screamed of Arsenal this season, as you said, where they didn't really want the win, and they were going to give it to Tottenham, but then Lamela thought he'll go into a world of his own and then just get sent off. But we've got more content still to come up on the channel over the next few days. Don't forget, you can join me in the morning if I'm awake from 8 a.m. Western Sydney Wanderers taking on Wellington Phoenix in the A-League. Roman's not available, so I'm going to do that in the morning. Then don't forget, on Monday, throughout the day, free agency frenzy is going to be taking place. You can join Will and Kieran live on the channel as well as on the website for all of the updates in NFL. On Tuesday, we've got Man City taking on Gladbach and Real Madrid taking on Atalanta. That's going to be myself and KL from 7:50 on Tuesday night. With Wednesday night, it'll be KD and Will, Bayern Lazio, as well as Chelsea Atletico Madrid. Not all four teams taking on each other, like I said earlier on. And then, of course, if you want to take part in our UCL FIFA Sim tournament, free-to-play tournament, you don't need an Xbox or a PlayStation or even FIFA to take part. We're going to be taking place when we get 32 names on the list. We've got 9 more spaces left. So if you do want to play along, there's a gift card / cash prize for the winner. Then put your name down in the comments below and we will get you added to that. Don't forget as well, you can check out our social media links. Our Twitter is @_top corner and our Instagram is _sports corner _. You can check them out as always if you want to see when we go live on our YouTube, as well as we post articles up on our website, which is thesports-corner.com. You can check that out as always because we have new articles available every single day, including a piece that you've done, Kieran, which is going to be going up in the next few hours based on each of the Premier Leagues in terms of their rankings this season. Very, very good indeed.
Well done, Josh, with that.
Honestly.
Fantastically well there, mate.
It's always a tongue twister, that, when you say it in one go. But
well done,
massive thank you to all of you guys in the stream, as always, for bringing the hype and the comments in the chat. We love it. And a big thank you to yourself, KD.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a good game.
It's been a very good game indeed. Now you can sit back, relax, and I'm guessing 50 minutes, is it, till Man U?
Yeah, I think it kicks off at 7:30. I don't know. Does it kick off at 7:15?
I think it's 7:15 kick off.
Well, we've got 45 minutes then. I'll go get that article done. Get it up on the website.
On the website.
And then we'll be done, dusted, sorted.
Prediction for the match before we head off. What are you feeling for tonight?
2-1 Man United.
2-1 Man United. I'm still going to stick with my 3-3. Probably not going to happen, but you never know. But as for now, don't forget the next watch along on the channel will be tomorrow morning. I'm going to be doing Wellington Phoenix against Western Sydney Wanderers, if I'm up. Who knows? But as for now, don't forget, if you're new as always, leave a like, subscription on the channel, and we hope to see you again soon. Good night.